To the channel. I'm Jake, and this is R26. Where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Gervonta Tank Davis and the countersuit that he has filed against the young lady that tried to put the civil suit on him, have him arrested, and essentially extort him. Like I pretty much been saying the whole time, the whole situation just, some things didn't sound right to me, didn't sit right with me. And now we're going to be able to take a look at the civil complaint, the countersuit. We're going to go through it. We're going to read it line by line so everybody can get their own 2 cents about the situation. I'm not going to read it and tell you what it say and do none of that. We're going to do it in real time. I haven't read it yet, so I'm reading it for the first time with y'all. So let me get the paperwork opened. Man, my shoulder hurt. Oof. I did some shoulder, like some stretching today. Like my shoulder feel like it's on fire. Jesus, I just did some stretches. Stretched my shoulders, my arm, did some hip stretches. But for some reason, my shoulder want to be on fire. So while I'm getting all of this set up, I want to know how many people we got in here. I'm trying to let some people pull up. Trying to get some folks to pull up. 2 cents after dark. Now, I've been asking, right? When are we going to hear an announcement for the Devin Haney Romero fight? Like, I'm looking forward to the fight. I want to see that fight. I've been asking for that fight. I want to see it. Devin giving me a fight I want to see that I've been asking for. Shout out to Devin. The dream turned into a nightmare, Haney. So I'm waiting on the announcement. I'm like, y'all supposed to be fighting in May. Like, it's about to be April. What are we doing? And then I see Rolly post this. Let me get this off the screen real quick. Why are you so obsessed with me? Okay. And then I see Rolly post this out. Can y'all see that? Is it too small? Do I need to blow it up? Oop, oop. Do y'all see it? It says Devin and his daddy are full of ish with the clown emoji. What do y'all think that means? What do y'all think that means? Y'all think that mean like they had to do something, he had to do something he didn't want to do to make the fight or the negotiations? Or do y'all think the fight not happening? Like, what do y'all think that means? I wish he would have went into more detail. Well, I mean, what you mean, Rolly? Because everybody's waiting on this fight to be announced that we've been talking about for weeks. So I know you're not gonna let the fans down. I know you're not gonna let the fans down. But we'll see what's up. I'm trying to let some more people pull up in here. Y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Because I think it's amazing that these people really lie on Gervonta Tank Davis like this. Because y'all knew my sentiment the whole time. I was like, okay, I believe it's a video. Um, how could all these people be lying about seeing a video? That's just what I thought. Like, how is like that's if this many people are lying about seeing a video and he's not doing the stuff on that video that they're saying he's doing, that is diabolical. It is clearly an agenda to take Gervonta Tank Davis down. And I know everybody gonna be crying, Tank a maniac, this a Tank channel, and it's just annoying, but it is what it is. I'm just here to tell the truth. I'm just here to tell the truth. Hold on, y'all. What up? Thomas Hill in the building. Oh, he said diabolical, Jay. I mean, Thomas. So you got Jake Paul coming out. Oh, I seen the video. He punching this, and he's such a disgusting human being. I mean, did he like? Where did you? How did you see the video, Jake Paul? I'm just curious. How did Jake Paul get to see the video? And I would think like if he did that, punched her in the face and all that, I think whether they trying to extort you or not, you still going to jail. Or am I wrong? I don't think you can just get away with punching somebody in the face. He was in Miami. Or in Miami, yeah. Like, you're not finna just get away with punching somebody in the face. Who leaked the video to Jake Paul? And why was Jake Paul so strongly just knew that he punched somebody in the face? And that he was a disgusting human being? I'm just asking. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Why can't y'all punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already? All right, I'm back, y'all. Key with the T. Key, let me drop the link for you, Key. So you can come up here and we can read this together. I was gonna wait for ladies' night to do this, but hopefully we can get through it tonight because I just didn't want to wait. Like I didn't want to wait, have to wait all the way till Friday. It just came out today, hot off the press. Hot off the press. Hold on, because I just screenshotted something. We got Key with the T on the panel. What up, Key with the T?
Hey, how are you, Queen?
Um,
I'm so excited to read this document. I've been hearing about it all day. And I know I came in at the tail end when 2 cent, I'm not 2 cents, Upper and OTB was talking about it, discussing a few updates. So I'm very, very excited about this. Because I've been missing in action so long. I'm like, dang, I'm still trying to catch up with all this boxing talk, girl.
I mean, you feel like you talk about the same thing every day, but then you leave for a few days and it seems like you miss everything.
Exactly, and that's what's so crazy about it. Exactly. So I'm excited to hear this. I'm glad that you have the documents, and I'm glad that we can finally. It looks like that. It appears so far that they're putting this behind them. You know, a lot of things is getting cleaned up, and the most important thing too sis, is that we're able to put this puzzle piece together. Because remember, we had so many questions when this stuff
Yeah.
first happened. And it's like slowly but surely, we're putting this puzzle piece of what happened that night. And it's getting, I don't know about you, but it's like it's getting crazier and crazier every document that drop.
Oh wait. Oh well, this one, this the Big Bang. This
Okay,
the
well,
Big
let's
Bang
do
right
it.
here.
I'm okay.
This
Well, I
the
can't wait.
you got 20 people in here. How many likes I got? Let me get the like check. Let me pull my song up for y'all.
No,
My like,
please.
let me hit the
No,
like button song.
no, please, 2 cents.
I'm
No.
not about to play it yet. I'm gonna let a couple more people pull up in here. I already know I should have 20 likes for sure.
Oh,
I should
God,
have
thank
20
God.
likes for sure.
You got to prepare yourself for that song. You wrong. You wrong for that one. Hey, T Hill. Hey, Paige. Hey, Curtis Robinson. Good to see y'all. Hey, Ten and them.
Y'all acting like that ain't
Phoenix.
the jam.
Shut up, T Hill. Thomas Hill Stupid. I'm the kind of man.
You're the kind of man. Hey, all shut
Shut
up for.
up. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that one at my wedding. Watch. Whoever
You
I get
got
married
to,
to.
bro. You got to
We
play
gonna
that.
do a dance. You know how some brides do the dancing for their husband. Hey Cash, I'm gonna do
You gonna
that.
do it to that song? Ooh, that's gonna
Yeah,
be dope. That's gonna
they
be
that's
dope.
gonna be dope. She
Gonna
not
be
even
dope.
on beat singing, but we gonna make it on beat though.
So I wrote this song for you. Okay.
Right? Hey, Mr. Greg.
The mother niggas ain't got a clue.
You are so silly. You bogus. You so
I
wrong for
like
this.
it. It give you that early '90s feel. I really do like it. Like I like I don't know how to explain it.
I
Like
just feel like she was
I like
talking.
underground R&B.
That's not no damn. Stop. Stop. That is not underground.
That's not underground R&B.
No, that's just a whole lot of auto tunes and a nice beat. Come on now.
I mean, you telling me Ashanti can sing?
I like Ashanti now. Ashanti Pin Game off the chain.
Man, I went back and listened to Ashanti. I was like, I don't know what she sounds terrible.
What? I think Ashanti got a nice little voice.
When the last time you listened to Ashanti Key?
Um. Oh no, not in a minute.
Go back and listen to her old album. You're gonna be like, I don't know how she got away with
Her
this.
nah, come on now. Her first album was heat. Like that
Baby,
song,
baby, baby, baby,
movies. Girl, you
baby. She
couldn't tell
sounds
us
terrible, Key.
nothing on when we was younger
Key,
in
that was my
Chicago.
jam. Go listen to that
Girl,
song now. She sounds. Terrible. I like
Okay.
Ashanti though. Don't get me wrong. She makes good songs, but she cannot sing.
Do you like her song "Movies"? That's my cut by her. I feel like
Yeah,
she put her whole foot in that dang on
I
song. It was on
probably
her
gotta
first
hear it.
album.
I know how I go.
It's like I want to be like those girls in the movies, to have a man so in love and makes them drop to their knees. Oh, girl,
I gotta
girl,
listen
she
to it.
she
But
snapped.
anyway,
I like Ashanti. You like Carrie? You think Carrie Hilson could sing? That's my other girl.
yes, Carrie Hilson can sing. He's like, don't do Ashanti like that. She gave J Lo a singing career. I mean, listen, I like Ashanti. Don't get it twisted. Like she was but I'm saying when you go back and listen, it's kind of like, ooh, they tricked me. But it's still cool. She's still a
Wait,
gem. I still
wait,
be
wait, wait.
baby.
Keep. We're black now. So when she say how it goes, she wants you to sing that, Mickey Freaky. I'm just saying. She don't
I
want
don't know.
you
I'm
to
not
say,
singing. I don't know how to
sing
sing.
that ish, girl.
I don't know how to
Just
sing.
like how she said, oh, baby. You say
Okay,
you got
thank
to
you,
sing.
Tia. You're so silly. You're so silly.
Thomas Hill, cause you're the kind of man. Oh
Y'all ain't
man.
right. Y'all ain't right.
All right, let me blow this up. Bing, bing, bing. All right, it says, all right, y'all. I got about an hour and a half, so let me get something to drink, and we gonna run through it. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
What up, Paige?
What up, what up, what up?
Gap Tooth Gangs. He going for Aaliyah. Don't do Aaliyah, Gap Tooth. That's blasphemous.
You better watch it. Don't do no Aaliyah now.
Don't do it. We not gonna go there.
No, not.
Age ain't
We
nothing
gonna
but a
bypass.
number.
I'm gonna forget that you even said that.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but a thing. Ain't that the most inappropriate song she could have been singing ever, knowing what you know now?
Yes, but that beat was so dang on cold, bruh. That beat cold.
This song is jamming. This song is out of line. It's unbelievable. Okay, so defendants answer an affirmative defenses and counterclaim for intentional interference with business relationship and demand for jury trial. So they're demanding a jury trial, apparently. Defendant Gervonta Bryant Davis, by through undersigned counsel, hereby files this answer and affirmative defense to the complaint filed by plaintiff Courtney Roselle and states as the following. Defendant denies paragraph 1 of the complaint. What is paragraph 1 of the complaint, you say? This is a complaint. Let me see. It says this is a complaint seeking actual damage emanating from claims of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress related to an incident that occurred on October 7, 2025, when Davis entered Roselle's place of work, where he choked, grabbed, pulled, pushed, and hit Roselle in the back of the head. They're saying that's a lie. Defendant admits paragraph 2 of the complaint. So, paragraph 2. Plaintiff is an individual residing in Miami-Dade County, Florida, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to go to all the stuff that he denies. He denies paragraph 7. Defendant denies paragraph 8. Davis has a vast and extensive criminal history, especially instances related to domestic violence and abuse against ex-girlfriends. That's not true. He denies that.
Facts.
Defendant admits paragraph 9 of the complaint only to the extent that defendant has prior arrest, but denies the validity of the charges brought against defendant. Defendant denies the remaining allegations in paragraph 9 of the complaint. On September 19, 2017, an arrest warrant was issued due to Davis committing first-degree aggravated assault. Okay, they're saying that what they about to explain about his past charges did go to him being arrested, but they never panned out to anything. So he denying the rest of the chart with the rest of the shit y'all saying he got charged for. Defendant denies paragraph 12 of the complaint. Let's see what that says. Throughout the 5 months prior to the incident in question, there were multiple instances of domestic violence, abuse, threats made by Davis against Roselle concerning her safety and well being. The incident that occurred on October 27, 2025, was not the first time David was violent toward Roselle. On at least 4 prior occasions, Davis physically assaulted and choked Roselle, and on 2 occasions, he threatened her in writing to kill her. Remember when I told y'all that's a little crazy? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is he like writing you a letter like, "Dear Courtney, bitch, I'll kill you," and then he like folding it up? Y'all remember how we used to fold up letters in school, and then you used to have to pull out the tab and open it up? Like,
Yeah.
what? Why is he writing you a death threat?
Right. And where's the evidence of it though? That's the part I'm looking at because it's like they put all their evidence out there.
And Key, you know what's really like blowing my mind? I can't even lie.
What is that?
How diabolical it is that she made this up. She possibly made this up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look.
Wait till you get farther in. I can't hear Key. Is
I
she talking?
Yeah, keep talking.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
You know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to a sense.
But to this extent, Key, like I mean, listen, if you're gonna make
I
something,
don't think it was supposed.
like an
Mhm.
exaggeration of the truth, not just you just completely making it up.
Since it happens all the time. Remember, they saying that they were trying. It was an extortion for $1 million. I could come up with a hell of a story. It's just,
But there needs to be some truth to it, Key, at least.
absolutely, but some don't. Some of them don't think of it like that.
Like four prior occasions, and then 2 occasions he threatened you in writing. Like, really? Like, did you who? Like, anyway. Okay, so what's that? Paragraph 12. He denies that. He says that is not true. He
Mm.
also denies paragraph 13. The first known instance of abuse occurred on or about September 2nd, 2025, when Davis threatened to kill Roselle for failing to respond to his calls and messages in his communications. Davis accused Roselle of being with another man and used abusive and threatening language, stating that he would kill her for being unresponsive. He says that that's not true. He denies paragraph 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
Okay.
14. On September 23rd, 2025, Davis again threatened Roselle's life, accusing her of infidelity and writing, "I'll kill you." 15.
Wait, he wrote that? He didn't send a text message?
He put it in writing, Key.
Okay. Okay.
He put it in writing, Key. Like a text message, hell no. He said he's romantic. He writes it down.
Okay. Interesting.
He probably wrote it in calligraphy.
That's what it sounded like to me. He did it in cursive. He did it in Lucinda handwriting.
He had the calligraphy
Okay.
pen and everything. Yeah.
You know what? I used to do that too.
Me too. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And then he wrote it. And so, man. I mean, anyway, that same day, September 23rd, 2025, while at Playa Miami, Davis physically assaulted Roselle by choking her in public. The assault at Playa Miami was not the first time Davis had physically attacked Roselle in a public setting. Prior to October 27, 2025 incident, Davis also violently choked Roselle, her workplace, Tootsie's, where she works as a VIP cocktail waitress. There he found Roselle in a backroom area without cameras in order to conceal the abuse. This is when I was like,
whoa.
Key, remember when I read this and I was like, did he find her there or did he take her there to conceal the abuse?
Because exactly.
If I found you there, when I came, you was already in the back room, so I found you there. So
Correct.
I found you there to conceal the abuse. Like, that don't even make no sense.
Exactly. And I guess, is this okay? So this is the night where he allegedly put his hands on her, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he walked in, right? He walked into the club and he found her in this room that had no security cameras. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, but he found her in the room with no cameras to conceal the abuse.
Okay, so but how would he know where the cameras?
That's my
Right.
next question.
Okay, all
That
right.
was my
So we all on the same page. Okay.
Yeah.
that was my question when we first read this. Key, we asked the same thing when we first read it. It's on video.
Yes.
We asked the same. We was saying, "What's up, Mister Greg?"
Hey, 2 Cent, how y'all doing?
Hey, Mr.
Okay,
Greg.
Oh,
Mister.
Greg.
We
I
having a
see.
paper. We
Hey,
having a
Jay,
paperwork party, Mister Greg.
I see. Yeah, I love the calligraphy reference. I'm
Greg.
happy to see somebody remember that's a thing.
This is nasty work, man.
To the extent that there was physical contact between defendant and plaintiff, defendant states that plaintiff was the initial aggressor in the purported interaction in an effort to frame him in order to extort money from the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
See Composite Exhibit A attached the hereto and incorporated herein by reference. Defendant
Ooh.
reasonably believes that any force that may have been employed by him, if any, was reasonable and proportional under the circumstances, so that no injuries or damages would be suffered by plaintiff, and none were in fact suffered. After the incident, plaintiff reported to her employer that she had sustained no injuries. Defendant denies the allegations in paragraph 18 of the complaint as phrased. So basically what he's saying is, if it was any type of physical altercation, it was because you was coming at me tripping. And I'm
Right.
trying to be like, what is you doing?
Right.
Like, what is you doing? Like, it's like how you might take, let's say you take your kid somewhere, right? And then all of a sudden they just start acting
Yeah.
like they doing some shit and they know better. And you like, what is you like? You better relax. And they like they testing you, like you ain't gonna do nothing in front of all these people. And
Right.
then you gotta kind of like grab them a little bit, like, you don't sit your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sit down. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, what is you doing? Like, like what? So I don't know. I haven't seen the video, but from what they saying, it just sounds like it's like you probably slapping me or something, and I'm grabbing your arms. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Right. Right.
Okay, but then so here's where I get confused then. So he comes into the strip club, puts her in a room where he knew that there were no cameras.
no, he
And
found her there.
oh, he found her in a room where there was no cameras, coincidentally. And she becomes the aggressor
Yep.
towards him.
Yep. She started acting out. And
Because
then
she was trying to force him to respond,
yeah. Yep. That's
in
pretty
a
much what she
violent
was trying to do.
manner so that she
So
can
who
get what
said
footage she wanted and
Yep.
extort him.
Yep.
so okay, who put her up to this?
Herself, she is.
Considering that the club,
Mm,
considering that the club owner lied, Key, about what he saw on the video. Remember when we got that USA Today article? I got that USA
mhm.
Today article, and he was like, "Oh, this." He was describing what he had seen in the video, and I was like, "Why do people keep describing to me what they seen in a video? Just show the video. Like, I don't want to hear nobody else's account of this video."
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
So the
I'm just
club,
I'm just trying to figure out why, if he's coming up there to be the aggressor, he has the opportunity to do something off camera, because coincidentally he sees that there is no cameras around. All of a sudden she flips it on him and becomes the aggressor. I'm just so like, that is a whole different turn of events for me.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what paragraph 18 is that he denies. To
Hmm.
the paragraph 18 says, on October 27, 2025, at approximately 4:15 a.m., Davis located Roselle inside her place of work upstairs in VIP lounge, where Davis forcibly grabbed and dragged Roselle through a stairway, through the kitchen, and through the back entrance, all the way into the parking garage, where Davis continuously grabbed, choked, pushed, pulled, and struck Roselle in the back of the head, leaving her terrified and alone and embarrassed for her coworkers and employer. That's a hell of a story to make up, Key.
What y'all finna find out though when you keep reading 2 Cent? What y'all finna find out? I'm pretty sure we already knew this though, but that same night she was with him. She went home with him. So
She
when she said that quote unquote he texted her and said that he on his way to her house, she let him in the gate.
Mm.
It get nastier than that,
Wait,
bro.
Okay, hold on,
so wait,
Paige.
wait,
You
wait, wait,
jumping
wait. So
ahead. You
he,
jumping ahead. Let me finish.
so hold on. So he, this, oh God dang it, what the hell? So he finds her in the room. There's no security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And then he proceeds, somebody got physical, whether it was him or her. And then he proceeds to drag her, you said, through the kitchen
Yep.
and other rooms. Is there anything about anybody intervening?
Nope.
No,
I was
there
just
was
about to
Okay.
nobody ever intervened. Remember the same questions we asked the first time. Nobody ever intervened. They just stood and watched little Gervonta drag this girl out the club.
Cause it seemed like the
Okay.
shit can happen to me. I don't know. I'm gonna
All
let you
right, so
keep
here we
reading.
go. Here we go. Let me keep going. Okay, so he denies that. He said the lie detector test determined that was a lie. He denies paragraph. Hold on. Okay. Defendant denies paragraph 19, which says approximately 1 hour after the October 27, 2025 attack, Davis sent Roselle a text message stating, I'm on my way, your house, to your house. Where Roselle understood that to mean that Davis was headed to Roselle's home to further abuse her.
I hate laughing at this, but this lawyer who's I'm assuming this is the lawyer um, rewriting the supposed events that took place. I want and y'all asked that if you done came in the club looking for her, I guess, and found her. I'm assuming maybe he asked, well, maybe he didn't, but maybe he asked somebody where she was. But if he's searching through the club and frantically to go and beat her up, the body language to kind of show that sometime. But then you find her in the kitchen, and I guess this is a big club, and there's nobody in the kitchen. There's nobody to say, hey, even say, hey man, don't do that. Or what are y'all doing? Or why are y'all back here? And nobody followed them while he running around looking for her. It people do make up some elaborate
Yeah.
lies now. I have I've seen that happen many times, and it can be detrimental to you until it's proven to be a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Why that lie is still hovering over your head, especially this type of lie.
Right.
Somebody who already has a history of being, being a little aggressive and been locked up and so forth and so on with women, it's easier to put a lie on him because he's done something that we've seen before.
Right.
Doesn't mean this happened this time, but nevertheless, it's easier to conflate where he has a history of being abusive to women, Your Honor, and he's been locked up before, Your Honor, and there's you can pile up on a story. And if
Right.
somebody says, well, I saw him, I don't really know. Because when you get in that jury box, I'm sorry, in that witness box, you're gonna answer some questions. And if you're lying, that's coming out unless you're that good. If she's making up the story as it seems that she is, they haven't got to the court where anybody's sitting in front of a judge has been sworn in yet. So the question remains is, where is this going? Are they going
Well, Tank demanded a trial. She demanded a trial, and they demanded a trial.
So she
Yeah.
demanded the trial or Tank demanded the trial?
Both of them. Well, I know Tank is.
Okay. Yeah. It would make sense for me that he does that because you don't want him, even if he's innocent, to go to a plea now because it's going to put him in jeopardy. So he got to be found not guilty.
Yeah, he got to fight it all the way through because that's a part. Because
or
Because
then
it's
he
through
go
the civil
step back.
case.
Yeah. Or
It's through the civil case and
criminal
the
case or civil case?
huh?
Is this a civil case right
This
now?
the
No,
civil
no,
case.
that's
This
the
the civil
Oh,
case
okay,
we're reading.
okay, but he
This
still
is the
don't.
response to the civil claims.
Yeah, he don't want that.
oh
He's
okay.
has the criminal case already gone away? Is it still pending?
We
No, I think
still
that's
wait. I heard the charges was dropped.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I definitely would fight this.
They got a court date, I think, on the 30th of this month. I think I seen it on the site they got a court date. Man, this was gonna come out in the I guess they're gonna be arguing back and forth pretty much and see
So they
whether or
got a
not they're gonna
status
go to
hearing.
trial.
They got a status hearing on this now coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let me do this.
Okay.
Defendant denies paragraph 20 because we got to get through this. Then psychologically abused Roselle, causing her to seek medical treatment, therapy, and assistance with daily living as she remains in constant fear for her life. Here we go. Defendant denies paragraph 19 of the complaint as phrased. Defendant is without knowledge as to plaintiff's understanding of state of mind regarding any text message conversations, and such allegations is therefore denied. In fact, plaintiff and defendant, at defendant's invitation, spent the night together at her residence. So she invited him over to the crib
Yep.
after all this happened, allegedly, to come spend the night. So
Yep.
he went to her job. He dragged her down the stairs. He through the kitchen, found her in a room that without no cameras, beat her up, punched her in the back of the head, dragged her, and she hit him up like, "Come through."
Yeah, and guess what, Toussaint? She got a she got like she live in a gated area, so she had to actually let them to tell them people to let him in. It ain't
So
just
Hmm.
like he could just pull up to her crib. He had to get let in
yeah.
through a gate.
Does anybody know the kind of relationship that they have? Because
I
it
think they were
sounded
boyfriend and girlfriend.
yeah, because it sounded like one of those no, stop, okay, type of relationships. Or hurt me
Mm.
so good relationship. I'm just guessing it because I've seen this before as well. But that's what it sounds like it could be. And maybe this time you say, okay, I can get paid off of this. I'm just
Mhm.
thinking that way right for the moment. But
Nah,
yeah,
she
I would.
thought they set them up and extort him, Mr. Gray.
Either way, I certainly think if he's saying he didn't do the stuff that they trying to sue him for, you fight that. You don't settle, and you have to set some kind of standard. I'm not just gonna be somebody's lick.
Right.
Yeah, he's already been extorted before, apparently.
Yeah.
Defendant denies the allegations in paragraph 23 of the complaint related to any incident on September 23rd, 2025. It says '05, and states that the incident on October 27th, 2025 caused no damage or injury to plaintiff and was the result of a scheme by plaintiff to extort money from the defendant. Defendant denies paragraph 24, denies paragraph 25.
Damn, just say you
Paragraph
denied
24.
everything.
The contact made by defendant was willful, malicious, and performed with the intent to cause harm and intimidation. As a
Mm.
direct and proximate result of defendant's intentional and unlawful physical contact, plaintiff suffered bodily injury, pain and suffering, emotional distress, humiliation, and mental anguish. He denies all of that.
Mm. I mean, and you know what though, the way that this is written, right? So like the punitive damages that she's going for pain and suffering from what she
Mhm.
allegedly encountered. So if this lawyer can cause reasonable doubt in any of those, in any of the pain and suffering, he did this intentionally, it was malicious, it was egregious, all these things, right? If he can pluck away, and that's essentially what he's doing in this document, then that whole case is thrown out.
Yep.
Because a jury of our peers is going to say one of the most incriminating, outside of the fact that there's like, where was everybody to stop this,
Right.
but the fact that you went and you allowed him to come home, you know what I mean, like come to your
Mhm.
house, and y'all were there and he was there with you after you felt as though you
Was
were
in danger.
afraid for your life.
Right. That killed
Basically,
her whole case.
that pretty much just dug a hole in her case
Mm-hmm.
And she
for
invited
civil.
to the extent that there was physical contact between defendant and plaintiff. Defendant states that plaintiff was the initial aggressor in the purported interaction in an effort to frame him in order to extort money from the defendant. See Composite Exhibit A attached. Blah blah blah. Defendant reasonably believed that any force that may have been employed by him was reasonable and proportional under the circumstances, so that no injuries or damages could be suffered by plaintiff, and none were in fact suffered. After the incident, plaintiff reported to her employer that she had sustained no injuries. Defendant denies the allegations in paragraph 28 of the complaint as phrased. Paragraph 28. Specifically, defendant repeatedly choked plaintiff, shoved her down a flight of stairs. Damn, he pushed her down the
Damn,
stairs.
he pushed her down the stairs.
Man, come on.
Damn, he choked her, then pushed her down the stairs. This nigga
But
is
where was that
vicious,
in the
bro.
original write-up, 2 cents?
This is the original one.
That is.
He pushed her down the stairs. I don't remember that part.
How many stairs did
Allegedly.
he go down?
Allegedly.
I mean, did he throw her down the steps? How many? That's crazy.
He said he shoved her, so he probably was like choking her and then like get downstairs, like pushing her. She was walking like go. And then he
Okay,
pushed
but
her in the
where
back of the
was
head.
security with all of this? Like, that's a lot.
That sound crazy.
Like this woman got beat up on 2 levels.
She got
Right.
like Tina Ike Turner out the strip club.
Fuck Ike.
Like, Lord.
Shit, that shit sound egregious, bro.
Yeah.
It sound crazy.
It sounds stupid, and for them and him for him to be able to even walk up out that place.
With
Wow.
a low ass bond like that is crazy.
Defendant denies paragraph 29 of the complaint. Defendant denies paragraph 30 of the complaint. Paragraph 29 and 30. Defendant actions were intentional, malicious, and committed with reckless disregard of plaintiff's safety and well-being. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's aggravated battery, plaintiff has sustained physical injuries, emotional trauma, pain and suffering, medical expenses, and loss of capacity for the enjoyment of life. Defendant realleges and re-avers his answers to paragraph 1 through 21 above, as I fully say here. Defendant denies paragraph 31. Paragraph 31 says, Defendant Davis, by force, threats, and physical violence, unlawfully restrained, confined, or imprisoned plaintiff against her will and without legal authority or justification. So not only did he punch her in the back of the head, choke her, shove her down
the stairs,
unlawfully restrained and confined her against her will with no legal authority or justification.
Where the hell did he do that at? When they was in her apartment and he had her in a bed with her legs up? Come on now. When? None of this screams kidnapping. Like, what? When did that happen? Like, did he put cuffs on her when they was in a bedroom after all of this?
Man, shit, this shit
Bro,
sound
like,
crazy,
what are we
bro.
doing?
Well, he denies it.
Maybe they playing Gervonta and the slave girl.
Thank you.
That sound like some what's my man Shannon Sharp shit?
Exactly.
Now, he did that shit because he dropped that bag.
Yes, he didn't
real,
want
yeah.
none of that getting out. But Shannon was into, Shannon. They say the more money you get, the wilder your things are in the background.
Domination shit, bro. That shit ain't freaky at all, bro. That's what crazy.
Look at Dondrick on cue. Sounds like my last relationship. Dondrick, I'm so sick of you.
All right, on number 32, on multiple occasions, including but not limited to the incident on October 27, 2025, defendant forcibly dragged plaintiff through a stairwell, through a kitchen, through a back door, and all the way into a private parking garage at her place of employment, physically preventing her from leaving and restrained her by choking her and holding her against her will.
Yeah, this shit sound crazy, bro.
So 3 levels. Upstairs, the downstairs, and the garage. Got it. Okay. My goodness.
This is so
Okay,
crazy,
I
bro.
gotta read some comments, but let me get through this real quick. Okay, so that's number 32. Okay, number 32. To the extent that there was physical contact between defendant and plaintiff, defendant states that the plaintiff was the initial aggressor and purported interaction in an effort to frame in order to extort money. He keeps saying that. Listen, if at any time I was touching this girl, it's because she was tripping, trying to set me up.
Right.
But I mean, does that okay? But did you shove her though? Like, what is the interaction y'all had? Is my question.
Right.
Defendant reasonably believed that any force that may have been employed by him was reasonable and proportional. Proportional. Now he might have felt like punching your ass in the back of the head was reasonable.
Or he probably was just pushing her ass back or grabbing her arms or something. I don't know, bro. Or he could have punched her ass back. I don't know.
Because I'm just asking, what is the physical contact that you feel is reasonable?
It could have been like what he said, what Paige said, the holding of the arms down,
Right.
trying to push her away. Now, one thing that I'm noticing that the lawyer has not said is self-defense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so if she was doing the attacking, he would say, okay, he was protecting himself. But what he's essentially saying is, look, it was a spat between both of them. And he was basically trying to restrain her. Like, it was appropriate for the level of occasion. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. No, I got it.
That's what I'm thinking that he's trying to go for. And again, remember 2 cents and Pay, we argue, we said, look, that video probably doesn't show
Yeah.
what we think is, you know what I'm saying? Like what
Mhm.
she's describing in here, it probably don't show that.
Yeah. And I remember you kept saying it didn't go down like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that it went down like that.
Okay, so here we go. Defendant reasonably believed that any force that he had been employed by him was reasonable and proportional under circumstances, so that no injuries or damages would be suffered by plaintiff, and none were in fact suffered. After the incident, plaintiff reported to her employer that she had sustained no injuries. Defendant denies the allegations in paragraph 32 of the complaint as phrased. He denies 33 and 34. 33, defendant's actions were deliberate, intentional, and designed to instill fear. 34 is a direct and proximate result of the defendant's cross imprisonment. Plaintiff suffered emotional distress, humiliation, loss of liberty, and physical trauma. He denied both of them, like I don't know what you're talking about. To the extent that there was physical contact, defendant, blah, 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 same thing. He denies paragraph 37, 38, and 39. What are these paragraphs? Defendant conducted, including prior acts of violence and threats to kill plaintiff, demonstrates his specific intent to unlawfully confine and control Roselle through force and intimidation. Defendant's actions constitute an overt act toward the attempt of kidnapping. He denies those. Defendant denies paragraph 40 and 41. I mean, defendant Davis engaged in a continuous and deliberate course of outrageous, malicious, and intentional conduct direct toward plaintiff, consisted of repeated acts of physical violence, explicit threats, and ongoing emotional and psychological abuse. I mean, did she say she only talked to the nigga like 5 months?
Yeah, it's been longer than that.
Like, why is you with a nigga putting you in for through the like 5? Like, listen, 5 months. You're not about to put me through all this in 5 months,
right? No, they've been knowing each
for
other longer than that, though.
Yeah, they've been on and off.
Right.
Defendant's conduct was so extreme and outrageous that defendant went far beyond what any reasonable person would consider acceptable in a decent and orderly society. Gervonta denies all of that, and defendant is without knowledge as to paragraph 42 of the complaint and is the same, therefore denied. 42 is prior to the events involving Davis, plaintiffs has previously been subject to abuse by another individual. He's saying, listen, I don't know what happened to you in the past, girl. I don't know that. I'm denying that because they ain't got shit to do with me.
All right.
Defendant denies paragraph 43. Defendant Davis' conduct has re-traumatized plaintiff, triggering her PTSD. He's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Defendant is without knowledge as to paragraph 44 of the complaint, and the same is therefore denied. So he don't know nothing about that. He denies 45 and 46 of the complaint. Defendant acted intentionally, willfully, and with reckless disregard for high probability that his conduct would cause plaintiff severe emotional distress. He denied that. 46 is a direct and proximate result of the defendant's conduct. Plaintiff has suffered a continuous and continues to suffer emotional distress, anxiety, humiliation, psychological trauma, and a well-founded and ongoing fear for her personal life and safety. He denied that. Defendant is without knowledge as to paragraph 47 of the complaint to the extent that plaintiff is purportedly seeking psychological treatment and counseling. He don't know nothing about that. Defendant has been required to engage the services of the undersigned attorney to represent him in his action, blah, blah, blah. Defendant is entitled to an award of reasonable attorney fees pursuant to section. Defendant respectfully requests that this court deny plaintiff the release, blah, 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 blah. Okay. First affirmative defense, plaintiff was initial aggressor. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. What y'all thinking so far?
I don't know. Yeah, that shit just sound crazy, man.
A
I
bad
think they also got. Well, KO has showed it on his channel. They got like I guess the messages and shit that they were sending back and forth to each other. Well, what
Oh
the
yeah, we
lawyer
gonna
had
get to
sent to
that. We
him,
gonna get to that. I just
basically telling him that he need to get him their money or whatever, or they about to go pretty much
Pay.
about to sue him
Pay, can you hear me?
or take him to court for it.
Pay, can you hear me?
I don't think you
See
can.
if Pay can hear one of y'all.
Pay, can you hear me? He doesn't hear me either.
Paid.
Pay. Okay, he gonna have to go out and come back.
Pay,
Pay,
go
come
in.
back.
Pay, go in and come back. You went out. Mr. Greg, what do you think? Pay, don't forget to go in and come back out. What do you think, Mr. Greg, so far?
I'm perplexed. But again, in this world that we live in now, and everybody's looking for any kind of way to get paid, and this what it looks like right now. Why they would go to these extremes to make up the story and to fill in what the alleged video may or may not show is not it's not surprising, because with all of this that 2 Cents is reading, it's to me designed to work its way toward a settlement. Because if you take all of this to court, it's going to some degree, it's going to confuse and maybe even annoy. I think it's 10 people or 6 people on a civil jury. Whatever the number is, that's what's going to be. What they're going to have to look through all of this and do the exact same thing that we're doing right now, trying to break it down and look and see what's believable, what's plausible, and what is being proven. So I think right now this is kind of designed to push them toward settlement, because it's going to be long and drawn out. Because this could take some. You can push this towards some years. You can demand a trial, but if you see something that may not require you to do some more research, or you can ask for a continuance on the day of a trial, because this happens all the time, to drag it out. That's how it looks to me. It looks like it's shaped to become a settlement for him to just get tired. Let's just let this go, because if bad press starts again, it's going to affect him and the fights that he may be able to get, and he'll start seeing, okay, I'm losing money dealing with this mess because it's in the press, and people may start protesting, and certain groups that are pro-woman and pro-domestic violence may start coming at them, because people are doing all of this now.
No, they happy. They cool with
I'm not
domestic violence. They only mad because it's tank.
But what I didn't understand is how she Why? Like, why was they able to put? Because he was never convicted of domestic violence, so I'm
Never.
trying to- so why would they even put that in the thing as if he had a criminal history of that?
That's why they said they denied that shit.
For the shock
Okay,
and
let me
awe.
read this right
Yeah.
here. First affirmative defense, plaintiff was the initial aggressor. Because you got to think about this, right? It's an extortion case, and they're trying to force him to do something. So they're like, if you don't do what we doing, they're gonna put all this egregious stuff in this lawsuit, and it's gonna be public. And you've seen exactly what happened as soon as it went public. Everybody was automatically believing it, and he was guilty. As soon as it went public, nobody was like, okay. Not one person said, "Oh, she just want money." Like any other time a female say a nigga did something, the first thing men say is, "She just want money. She just want money." Even if the nigga broke, like, bro, you make $50,000 a year. What money do I want from you?
Yeah, but that's what it looks like to Cent, and he's probably losing even at this point. There's probably were some. I remember he lost, I think, the Nike deal, unless they got it restructured. But this kinds of
Damn,
stuff.
he had a Nike deal.
There was a Nike deal that was on the table. This is when he caught the first big charge. There was a Nike deal. But see, this is kind of stuff that scares away
Damn, that would have been dope.
companies. Even just the allegation can hurt you in some cases.
Yes.
And it scares away any potential deals that he could have made with a publicly traded company. It scares away any potential fights that could. Well, I don't know whether they got something set up, but it does scare away some big fights because, again, even if it doesn't happen, people are concerned about whether there'll be protesting and all that other kind of stuff, or it gets in the news that why is he being rewarded for this and that? Why he's done alleged to have done this, and he's already pleaded guilty and so forth and so forth. So it's a lot of ways to damage him. And this long drawn out, what is it, 32 counts or 16 complaints or whatever it is that's out there. It's just designed, like I said, it looks like to me that it's, like you say, it's a way of legally extorting him to get to a settlement and make this go away.
If I'm him too,
All right, I need 8 more likes. I got 39 people in here. I need 39 likes. Let me get 8 more likes.
If I'm him, I'll go after Jake Paul ass too for defamation.
Oh, wait, let me finish reading. Oh, he for sure. He got to get Jay. Okay, let me finish reading, y'all, because this one is finna get good. It's finna get good. Punch the like button, y'all. It's finna get good. We're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to take a little intermission. I need everybody to punch the like button. Please punch the like button.
Hey, aircraft carrier. Hey, Isaiah. Good to see you. Hey, Blue Hustle Man.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Please hurry up. Please, y'all.
These other niggas ain't got a clue, oh, baby.
You're the kind of man.
Shut up.
Love your girl down, knock a nigga off me. Oh, yeah. You're the kind of man. Caress my soul. Give me energy.
God.
Always supporting me. You're the kind of man. Ain't gon' never cheat. Take me out to eat. Then meet me. Oh yeah. You're the kind of man. I'll shut up for. Let you leave me.
2 cents. Let's go. We not gonna do this.
Bro.
2
Right,
cents.
push that like button.
Ass out to eat.
God.
But isn't that deal she signed? That's a music deal as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mr. Greg, she could have came harder than this. She could have came harder.
And it's got the old school 90s vibe. Y'all go back and listen to some old
Hell
school 90s
no,
songs.
that shit was trash.
Y'all hating. Y'all just hating. Go back and listen to some old school 90s.
It does have that vibe, but it's the song is just terrible. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Greg. Thank you.
That's a terrible song.
Damn, Mr. Greg, I hate him. Wait till I get the whole song. Wait till I get the whole
You
song.
said don't do that to yourself.
I'm sorry if I'm hating, but this reminds me of Y'all Must Have Forgot.
Hey, that's a jam, Mr. Greg. That's a classic.
Y'all thought I thought it was crazy.
That
The
is
video was interesting. But you remember Tommy Hearns had a song out back when he was singing. Tommy Hearns has a voice, but the song was trash. And De La Hoya had a whole album. Does
Oh,
anybody
child,
remember that?
Lord.
Y'all remember when Kobe Bryant tried to rap? Y'all can like Clarissa saying out here being the GOAT.
Shit, Shaq too.
Shaq, I'm about to
Oh
say.
God, Lord, don't
AI had
remind me.
AI had some songs out too, but
Yeah, y'all trying to act like she ain't doing nothing nobody else did. Y'all
the
stop hating on
NBA shut his stuff down because he had so much cussing in it.
Yeah.
I wrote this song for you.
Y'all bogus. Two says be hyping this. Just been hyping the song up since last
Oh,
week.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Y'all
Oh Lord have mercy. I
hating.
guess she got to do what she got to do.
Yeah, she ain't afraid to put herself out there. You got to
Yeah,
respect
I'm
that.
not mad at her for taking the shot, but
It's a miss.
you
She
missed
could
it.
have
You know
just
what's
stuck to
funny though? People
rapping.
actually like that song. Y'all think it's I'm bullshitting, but people actually do like it.
Hey, Thrill Hill.
Let's see what kind of traction it gets.
Hey, Tony. Exactly. Now, where were we? 2 cents. Lord have
They're
mercy.
gonna be TikTok famous. They're gonna make up dances to it and everything.
They ain't finna do. If they ain't done it yet, they not doing it. You can. She don't even. She can't even catch the beat singing, bruh. No,
Bro.
no. She is missing a whole
She
entire
ain't
beat
never heard
singing.
you hating this hard.
Right, y'all.
Come on, 2 cents. I'm
I'm
not
in
letting you get
tears
away
right
with this. I'm not letting you get away with this. No,
She said that ain't it.
absolutely not.
Somebody say Shaq went platinum though. You see what I'm saying? If y'all two games, they
But that
hate.
ain't going. That ain't
That went nothing.
go bro.
Nothing.
All right, here we
2
go.
cents. They want you to drop the link in the chat. Hey, Big Supreme.
What's up, y'all? I haven't been reading the chat because I'm reading this thing, so my bad. Okay, so defendant affirmatively alleges that the incident complained about in the complaint occurred during an interaction between the parties in which plaintiff was the initial aggressor. Plaintiff intentionally provoked defendant and initiated the interaction between the parties in order to frame defendant and attempt to extort money from the defendant in excess of $1 million. As such, plaintiff's recovery, if any, must be barred or reduced. So basically, what up, Isaiah? What up, Rich?
So I wrote this song for you.
Yay, sing it, I see
Banger, yo.
it.
Banger.
These other niggas ain't got
Wow.
nothing.
Yeah, nah,
Wow.
look. That
Who
that shit
who
was
is that?
that shit was ass, but I'm not gonna hold you 2 cents. Play it so much. That shit be in my head, bro. All I see is Clarissa at church, and then you got Pat as like the pastor. You
Y'all
got Pat
wrong.
as like the pastor with the whole collection plate. Pat out there. He got the collection plate. He just.
Bro, that sound like a gospel.
Let's see.
I'm
Y'all
sorry.
so wrong.
I'm sorry.
Shout out Clarissa
I'm
T.
sorry.
Rex Shields. The GOAT.
This shit got me in tears, bro.
Nah, yo, all you hear is Paige laughing in the back. and then nah, Tuesday, and then you got Greg.
Bro, cause y'all won't stop. Y'all just keep going.
Tuesday, you out here saying it's a 90s beat, and then you got Greg. Yeah, that shit do sound like the 90s. Greg, stop the line, bro.
Nah, I promise you. Y'all go back and listen to some 90s music. I swear I'm not lying.
I can't get with it.
Oh man, y'all making me cry. Look,
It's making us all cry.
I haven't had coffee in a few days because I'm trying to like take a break, and I got like this crazy headache. And I don't even drink a lot of coffee. I just drink like a cup in the morning. But for some reason, every time I try to stop drinking coffee, I get a headache.
That shit
That
happens.
caffeine doing it to you.
Yeah, that shit happens to me too. You gotta drink more water. You gotta drink like a shit ton of water, and your headache will go away.
Man.
You're just dehydrated.
All right. So, second affirmative defense, no damages. Defendant affirmatively alleges that plaintiff did not sustain the injuries or damages alleged in the complaint. Alternatively, any alleged injuries purportedly sustained by plaintiff were minimal, unrelated to the incident described, or otherwise not caused by defendant. Plaintiff herself admitted in a report filed by plaintiff with her employer or the police in connection with the purported incident that she was not injured. Moreover, after the alleged incident purportedly occurred, plaintiff returned to work, completed her shift, and went home without further incident. Afterwards, defendant visited plaintiff's apartment and stayed overnight. Video footage of plaintiff from later on that day of the purported incident depicts plaintiff and defendant interacting playfully and amicably and shows plaintiff to be in good spirits and free of any visible injuries. Plaintiff's claims are therefore barred, or any recovery must be limited to those damages, if any, proven at trial. So basically, what he's saying is, girl, after he shoved you down the stairs, choked you, punched you in the back of the head, found you in a room with no cameras, beat you up, dragged you through the kitchen, and almost kidnapped you, you went back to work and finished your shift.
See?
Then you called him over to come spend the night that same night.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute.
See?
Wait the heck a minute. Because in the USA article, Two Cents, do you remember?
I can pull it up. Let me find it.
The manager said that she came into his office visibly shaken and told him what happened, but they never said that she finished her shift.
See?
They never said that.
It
So
get crazier because she didn't call
she didn't what?
she didn't call, call the police the same day either, I don't think.
No.
And she refused medical, right?
Yep. Yep.
But if you come into your office at your job visibly shaking because you've been assaulted, what is his obligation at this time?
He's supposed to call the police.
Yep. And protect his employee because a customer.
Police, Big Supreme is right there.
You could say that Tank was a customer, and a customer came in and attacked one of your employees.
Yeah.
So theoretically, since they didn't do anything to him to get him out the club, to get him away, to call the police to protect their staff member, she could sue them if that really happened, because nobody stopped it. And then she went to them to tell them she in trouble, she been attacked. What do they do to protect their staff member? And if it's nothing, they can be liable.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like if she get caught lying, bro, like that's the fucked up part about it. Because if she get caught lying, won't shit happen to her.
Oh,
like she could walk away scotch free and that's the shit
for $20 million.
Yeah, her ass gonna be in debt, but that's it. But I'm saying when you lie on people like that, bro, I feel like jail time should become behind that shit because you trying to put me in jail.
Exactly. And then not only that, she falsely accused them and she did all that. Just remember, he lost a lot of money because of it. And then you got these people, he getting
Big Supreme, click the link.
He doing it, it's just sad. It's a sad situation. And you know what? I really do hope that I really hope she do get jail time for it. Because she really deserve it. Because somebody who lies like that, and then on paperwork, she was with him behind the scenes, kissing him, singing him Clarissa Shields' loyalty song. That's nasty. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's nasty.
I hope she sang it better than Clarissa. That's for sure.
Nah, hell no, she sang it worse. But that's really what it is, because at the same time, it sounds like a setup.
Jupe.
Hey, Jupe.
Jupe in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Chef Jupe RD. All right, come on, y'all. We got to get through this. All right, so plaintiff herself admitted. Did I read that already? Yeah, I read that. Okay. As the initial aggressor of any alleged conflict which may have occurred between plaintiff and defendant, plaintiff was greater than 50% at fault for her purported injuries and therefore is not entitled to recover damages from defendant. In a negligence action to which this section applies, any party found to be greater than 50% at fault for his or her own harm may not recover any damages. This subsection does not apply to an action for damages for personal injury or wrongful death arising out of medical negligence pursuant of Chapter 766. Therefore, because plaintiff is greater than 50% at fault for her purported incident, plaintiff is barred from recovery pursuant to FLA state, blah blah blah. So basically, girl, you don't if you got any injuries, it's your fault. So
Yeah,
what damages your ass is trying to recover?
that shit bogus, bro.
This is 16 pages.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
16 pages of straight loyalty. Well, would you rather read this shit or listen to Clarissa? Which one?
I got you, Mr. Gray. You want me to run it back?
Play it, nah, play it, play it, play
I got
it.
it. I got y'all.
So I
No.
wrote this song for you.
No.
No, please,
That shit, nah,
please.
play it.
Isaiah, bro, what the fuck?
Nah, that's just a banger. Play it.
No, Isaiah.
No.
Nah, it is. It is.
All right, let me get these
Ah,
super
thank
chats.
God.
I might have to play it. I only got 2 super chats. Shout out to Gap Tooth Games with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says, moral of the story, leave these hoes alone.
Hey, amen.
For real. Nah, for real, cause that situation.
But how y'all
That's
know she
fucked
was
up.
a hoe though?
Hey, Big Dre. Hey, Fresh.
No, but I
Um,
think, Key, didn't you say something before about you? They had like a little group of motherfuckers that be extorting niggas.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I had heard allegedly, because you know that her real name isn't really on the paperwork like that, but allegedly, her and somebody else had done this before. Now that's
Oh, you know
just
what, Key? You actually brought that up the last time. I
yeah,
remember when the case first came out.
yeah.
I think you told us her name. I
I
just
forget her name. It's like and she looks like a
An
Instagram
extortionist.
model. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like
Yeah.
yeah,
she
nah.
looked like
So
one of them. She looked like one of them. You feel
she
All
looked,
me?
right, let me see. Let me
she
get
Yeah.
looked
this.
like
Shout out to
one of them Devin
Phoenix,
Haney girls.
the assassin king of hate
One
in
of
the
them motherfuckers that'll
building
get you for you.
with the $5 in the super chat. He says the
That shit
affirmative
bold,
defense
bro.
is about to be wild. I read it earlier today. It's crazy. Don't look good for old girl.
You know, this is
Mm.
similar.
The assassin.
This is similar to what those girls. There used to be a famous club in New York called Scores. It it,
I
it
heard of that.
it was bigger. It was a big for its time before the other club in Atlanta opened up, and as a matter of fact, they made a movie about it. Uh, Jennifer Lopez. There were there were girls who were exploiting. Who is this? There was
And that
girls who
was you,
were
Paige. You got an echo, Paige.
there were girls who were extorting businessmen, doing something similar that Cardi did when she was stripping. And
Oh,
what
setting
they
niggas
Oh
up.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they
I
was
know what movie you talking about. They
right.
yeah.
I remember reading the article about the article about the case before it became a movie, but they eventually had to go to court too. And I'm not sure. Some of them ended up going to jail, but they was extorting men. This is in that same realm that's happening here. That women who are in that life, in the streets like that, or in the clubs like that, are finding way. They were finding businessmen. They would look at the watch, the shoes, etc., and then drug them. And then when the
They
guys
steal all their money up. I
they
remember that.
stole the credit cards and lived well off the credit cards, they started going to the police finally. Uh, this is not anything new. This is just a different. She actually got somebody who got some money, and she's trying to take him for whatever she can get. That's how it looks right now.
Nah, Greg, which one is worse though? Because you got Devin Haney.
Hold on. Let me get through this. Because this is 16 pages. Let me read
All right,
it.
bet.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right. It says, in order to gain access to plaintiff's apartment complex, the plaintiff must admit you through a security gate. Defendants affirmatively alleges that plaintiff's conduct following the alleged incident, including voluntarily admitting defendant to her home and spending the night with defendant, demonstrates that the alleged contact was not perceived by plaintiff as harmful or offensive. The plaintiff did not suffer the damages alleged in the complaint. Moreover, video footage of plaintiff from later on the day of the purported incident depicts plaintiff and defendant interacting playfully and amicably, with defendant shows plaintiff to be in good and free in spirits and free of any visible injuries. Such conduct of the part of the plaintiffs is inconsistent with plaintiffs' allegations of purported violence by defendant and bars or substantially reduces the amount of recoverable damages by plaintiff. Furthermore, plaintiff lied in the police report she filed with Miami Gardens Police Department. As plaintiff stated in the report, she subsequently blocked all forms of communication with him. The defendant, she failed to tell the police officer that subsequent to the incident, she admitted him to her apartment and that they spent the night together. Plaintiff repeated the same lie in her sworn statement of facts in support of arrest warrant. So, do y'all think that she gonna get in trouble for that?
Man, her ass is cooked.
No,
She is
she
cooked.
did.
That's
It's
a
just
she lied on the affidavit. Her ass is fried.
Excuse me.
no, because of the cycle. Any a good therapist or a psychologist to be able to argue about the cycle of domestic violence. That
But she
um,
lying about the violence though.
that's a part of the cycle. So that just because they're pointing that out doesn't mean that that's a slam dunk win for a Tank Slim team. A psychologist to be able to come up there and say, hey, you know, there's a domestic cycle, domestic violence cycle, where the victims will protect the abusers. That's common 101. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, something to be said for both points of view.
So she said she wasn't with him, but she was with him, and you're saying that that's not really
But
going to their case.
no, but I will say this though, the fact that she is under those statements were sworn and that they can use that against her, it's not going to help her as well. They can't poke holes in that, especially if not only did she lie, but they also spent time together after the fact, and she has no visible injuries. That still makes her look bad as well.
Okay. So
Well, yeah, like I said, something to be said for both sides. It depends on how good the attorneys are at getting their point of view across to the jury. If it goes to trial.
I mean, if it's no video,
Exactly.
But if there's no video showing what you said, then what?
There has to be a video because then you will have the police department also lying. So there has to be a video. I don't think that video. You know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
I think that there's several different interpretations. It depends on how you can paint it. It's not showing Tank, you feel me, walking up to the girl doing all this stuff, obviously, because he would be arrested. It would be everywhere. It would be just horrible. And the fact that they're really pursuing and answering the civil case right now lets me know that they want the money, right? Criminal probably ain't gonna go nowhere. So let's pursue this the civil, right? But I think that video, Tank's attorney can argue, look at him, he's the victim, and her attorney could argue, look at her. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's showing what is supposed to be, what they wanted to show. And I stand by my original theory. I don't think it was supposed to go this far.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think it was
wonder
supposed to
why
go this
he's
far.
not countersuing.
This is the countersuit, Mr. Gray, that I'm reading.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is all they're countersuing her for 20 million.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I would. Yeah,
Oh
okay.
shoot.
Now
Okay.
that to me, if that's what you do when you absolutely are, you're not bluffing. That's what you do when you're innocent in this kind of case. Because there's only one other athlete I know who did that. He was a basketball player and he won his case. This was a few years. This maybe 10
There
years.
was a no, there was also a football player.
Devin Haney actually did it too, but he actually countersued his BM and she dropped the whole situation.
But this guy won. She owed him some money.
Yeah, but Haney sued his baby mama for shit he gave her.
Right.
Oh, he trying to get back what he gave her.
No, you remember, but y'all remember back then she was basically trying to file charge, said that he punched her when she was pregnant or whatever, and she was trying to
Right.
sue him for money, and he countersued her pretty much, and the whole situation just went away.
And you know, one day a judge is going to allow you to also sue the lawyer who filed the case for the person.
That'll be good.
One day that's going to happen. Right now, it won't happen because you can't do it. But one day somebody gonna keep trying until a judge say, okay, they can be sued too.
And that's why I was saying, I don't know if you shit could pull it up or not, or if it's in those documents, but it showed the lawyer actually reaching out to his to Tank's I guess his handler or whatever, basically telling him he got to pay the money or whatever, but by 10 p.m. or something, or they was finna pretty much go down to the courthouse or whatever and file charges on him.
Oh wait a minute, didn't that lawyer last name is Busby who was trying to sue Jay-Z?
Yep,
Yeah,
Tony
Tony
Busby.
Yeah, he got in trouble with
Yeah.
remember with the judge. So there is room for that to happen.
And that's
Well,
the
they
number
lawyer said
one.
these lawyers gonna get disbarred.
But see, can they
Tony
get?
Busby could have gotten disbarred, but
Mhm.
the judge saved him in the last minute. Tony Busby was
But
supposed to get there.
can they do that though in a civil
What?
suit? Can you get
What?
barred in a civil suit, or is it only criminal?
Only if you are found to be if that lawyer is found to be in violation of the code of ethics.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
sure what the Miami or the Florida code of ethics are.
Well, the lawyer
yeah,
said that they could be disbarred, so he know what
yeah.
they
Yeah,
are.
they're very similar though.
Hmm.
But again, most of the time, I'm glad Tank is doing that if he's saying he's innocent. But a lot of times, now if you wrong, you wrong. You're supposed to get your punishment. But when you being taken advantage of, even if you did something that looked wrong, but you're being sued as though you done did all of what she's saying he did, because 16 pages is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole bunch.
What's up,
So
people?
yeah, if he if he's being extorted in any kind of way, and the lawyer who filed the case for her against him knows that he
The
should
law firm is the ones extorting them, Mr. Greg.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
saying
you're
they
trying.
do it on her behalf, but all of them should pay a price for doing that.
I'll go after the city too if I'm him.
The
What you
I'm
gotta
police
do in the
in
calling
on
them.
it
city?
too.
What you
And
gotta do in the city
If
though?
the city, the police the
The
police
police
in on
in
that
on it
shit
too.
too.
Y'all
everybody
definitely
gets
not doing
sued.
anything
Club
about it.
too.
Okay, let me finish. Although plaintiff sustained no injuries or damages, I'm trying to eat y'all, excuse me. From the alleged incident, any of plaintiff's alleged injuries and damages, as alleged in the complaint, were pre-existing, the result of prior circumstance and/or congenital or hereditary conditions, or were caused by a separate incident unrelated to the subject incident. The issue of injuries only came up after she appeared at the police department with her attorney. Therefore, the defendant cannot be held liable for injuries which are result of a separate incident or
Yep.
which were pre-existing. Accordingly, any such injuries alleged out of this incident must be mitigated by any pre-existing condition of the plaintiff. 6. Affirmative defense. Defendant affirmatively alleges that plaintiff was the initial aggressor in any interaction between the parties, and that any contact made by defendant was made in such a way as not to cause plaintiff to suffer any injuries or damages, and no injuries or damages were in fact suffered by plaintiffs. As such, plaintiff failed to mitigate any alleged damages and put herself in harm's way by virtue of initiating or instigating an interaction. Therefore, plaintiff damages, if any, must be reduced or barred accordingly. 7th affirmative defense. We halfway through it, y'all. We're on page 9. Defendant did not intend to restrain or confine plaintiff. Any actions which were perceived by plaintiff to be false imprisonment, whereby plaintiff claimed she was confined, restrained, or otherwise unable to flee, were merely incidental to the interaction occurring between plaintiff and defendant and were not intentional, and such statement did not arise until plaintiff appeared at the police department with her attorney. Defendant, y'all noticing the pattern here?
Yeah.
Defendant did not intend to cause any harm to plaintiff and in fact caused no harm to plaintiff. Defendant reasonably believed that any such force applied by defendant, if any, was necessary to protect himself from plaintiff's use of agitation against defendant in her efforts to frame defendant in a scheme to extort money from defendant. Any activity used by defendant was reasonable and proportional under the circumstances. Therefore, because defendant lacked that requisite. Hey, what that say, y'all? Requisite
Requisite.
intent. Defendant cannot be liable for battery or aggravated battery. Ninth affirmative defense. Plaintiff's recovery is limited to reasonable value of medical care. Although no injuries or damages were sustained by plaintiff and no medical care was obtained or received by plaintiff as a result of the incident complained about in the complaint under Florida law, the fair and reasonable value of any purported medical care is limited to a maximum of 2 times the Medicare reimbursement rate. Therefore, any recovery by plaintiff in this action should be reduced or limited accordingly. Any alleged act or conduct of or by the defendant was not proximate cause of the alleged incident, damages, and or injuries complained by the plaintiff of her complaint. The injuries which are alleged by plaintiff in the complaint were caused by her actions or conduct of third parties and or plaintiff. Defendant is entitled to set off for all sums of money recovered by on behalf of the plaintiff by the way of settlement. Resources to the extent that the plaintiff was the receipt of benefits of entitled, blah blah blah. Plaintiff voluntarily assumed the risk of injury by initiating the subject interaction and engaging defendant to further her scheme to extort money from defendant. As such, plaintiff's recovery, if any, must be barred or reduced due to plaintiff's assumption of the risk. Plaintiff purported injuries, if any, were caused by intervening or superseding causes, including and limited to plaintiff's own actions. Okay, basically they just keep saying whatever she got going on is
because of her own doing. Yeah.
Defendant affirmatively alleges that. Here we go. Key self-defense. Defendant affirmatively alleges that any force which plaintiff alleges was used against plaintiff was justified and reasonable, including without limitation restraining plaintiff. Defendant reasonably believed that any such force, if any, was applied was necessary to protect himself from plaintiff's efforts to frame defendant in an effort to extort money from him. Such force used by defendant, if any, was reasonable and proportional under circumstances. Accordingly, plaintiff's claims are barred or reduced by the doctrine of self-defense.
Yeah.
Let's see. Counterclaim for torturous interference with business relationship. Counter plaintiff Gervonta detained, sues counter defendant, and in support. On or about October 30th, 2025, Roselle filed the above style civil action alleging personal injuries arising from an alleged interaction that had purportedly occurred between Davis and Roselle. As Davis alleges, what up, D Free? My bad, y'all. Y'all gotta let me know when people trying to get on
What's
the
going on?
Let me see who all up here. Okay. As Davis alleges in his answer, an affirmative defense with more particularity to the extent that there was any interaction between Roselle and Davis at all. Roselle did not sustain any injuries or damages.
Okay,
This from the
interesting.
lawyer, right? So this is all from the lawyer's perspective, right? Like tax lawyer.
Yep, it's yeah.
So I think all that's really gonna matter is the tape. Like because most of what he's saying, like even if you talk about like let's say she got injured afterwards, it won't matter, right? Because like I can punch you in the face and your face will swell up the next day. It doesn't have to be at the moment of contact. So a lot of what
Okay,
he's saying,
no, that's not what he's saying. Box
no, that is what he's saying. He's saying a lot of
not what
things.
he said.
He's saying a lot of things that she's claiming has happened after the incident.
That's not what he said. That's not what
that
he
was
said.
the first thing he said.
No, bro, that's not what was.
Hey, Key, Tuesday, can you read the first thing you just read?
Hold on, Boxing Hacker. What you say?
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Well, one of his main arguments is that she's claimed all the injuries that she's sustained cannot be part of what what happened because she reported during then. She reported afterwards when she got to the police station.
No, anything that she did, pretty much, he's the victim in the situation, meaning that her being wild or acting crazy was him trying to restrain her from hitting him.
But what he said initially was that a lot of things she's claiming she didn't claim at the point when the police talked to her. She claimed it afterwards. But a lot of that doesn't matter because remember, like you could be in shock. You could, you claim anything. You say, "Hey, I was confused at the time, blah blah blah," and then I reported
Nah,
after.
bro.
You could, 100%. Also,
That's
injuries don't
that's
always
Well,
not
no,
enough.
what they're trying to say is that
Yeah.
she did it to that she is the aggressor. They're
Right.
painting
Yeah, they
that
claim that
she,
too.
oh yes, that she, but it's not. Anything that was left out is because she intentionally left it out or did not say it in that police report. But
Yeah,
so basically, they're poking holes. They're saying that she's giving conflicting statements,
which will be
and she's
interesting.
not being, and she's not credible. That's
Right.
essentially up everything
They're
in a
saying she
nutshell.
Well,
had it.
yeah,
She didn't
being
say
credible doesn't matter
it
though, right?
until later when she showed up somewhere
Right.
with a lawyer.
So we have to see, like, the tape has to corroborate one of their stories, right? They have a tape. The police are saying corroborates her story, but if it corroborates his story, then maybe that'll pass.
The police are
But
not saying it corroborates her story
Right.
because they
they
haven't
said
filed
that
any
they said that
charges, Boxing
initially.
Hacker. They
They said
haven't
that
filed any
Exactly. There's
charges.
no charges filed.
That's why we should
The
have let
charges
him
haven't
up
been
here, bro,
filed
because here
yet,
come the
but the
confusion
police did say
shit.
that
No,
the
nothing's
tape
confusing.
corroborated the story. So it just
All right,
depends
Boxing
what's on the
Hacker.
tape, Because
Nothing's on the tape, Boxing Hacker. They haven't charged him.
you don't have to be charged immediately.
Yes, you do,
No,
bro.
you
What are you
don't.
talking? You do. You have to be
No, you
formally
don't.
charged before y'all can even
The
proceed.
feds can build up a case on you for years before even charge you with anything. What are you talking about? You don't have to be charged immediately.
Bro,
No, you
before you
don't.
go to
Boxing
trial, you
Hacker,
have to be formally
you're
charged.
You
talking.
don't have to be formally
You're
charged. No.
comparing this, okay, but Boxing Hacker, you're comparing this to a RICO. Yes, you do. That
Not even
that
a
builds up.
RICO. They can
That
build a
you
case on
comparing it
Extortion.
to murder,
Right.
SA allegations. This is domestic violence. This is
Right.
a
On
crime.
video. If it
It's
was
on
on video, he'd
video.
have been charged.
It's supposed to. This doesn't. The average. You could guys could look this up. The average length of time for a DV case is under a year.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
I'm
it's
not
under a
denying that,
year. But
but
that's with the conviction, the trials, speedy trial. That and we have to not forget that Tank is going. They are requesting a speedy. They requesting a speedy trial for this.
This is for the civil case. This ain't even a criminal case.
yeah,
Exactly, and they want to
But
get this going.
yeah. I
but
mean,
you
it's just
saying
like
you
I said, it's
saying
going
you
to be
saying it's
interesting
a
how it
domestic
turns out,
violence case, but
But they did say that.
they still talk about kidnapping charges.
Regardless of that fact, it's still it would have been a criminal. It would still it's not a criminal case that they're
There's
speaking
no
on right now.
charges, y'all. The
Okay,
charges have
It's
been
okay,
no
okay,
filed.
okay,
charges.
okay,
But
And not
yeah,
to
okay.
mention, like Two Cent said, this is a countersuit. This is Tank's
Right.
countersuit for $20 million.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it all depends on what's on that tape. Because if the tape
Boxing
shows
Hacker.
if the culprits what she
Lots
said,
bro,
it doesn't matter.
if man, bro, I'm gonna just let him
I
have
mean,
it.
let's be real about it. Like, it's a
Why?
logical
We
thing.
is being real. You not being real.
It's a logical thing,
Come on, you making up.
Most of what he said can be rebutted. That's the problem. Like I said, these happen. Like I can punch you in
The
the
thing
face
is,
and it can
both of
fall
their
2 days
stories
from
can.
now,
There's her story, there's his story, and then there's the truth.
and then there's a tape.
And so, if you have it, what I'm saying is, and I'm calling it on equal sides. I
Yeah,
gave you guys the cycle of domestic violence, but I also said where her story will be picked apart about from attorney and will create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So I'm being impartial as I can, as much as I can, but at the same time, we won't know anything, Boxing Hacker, until this continues on. But what Two Cents said, like she said in the beginning, is we're finally getting a full puzzle of what occurred this night. And now we're looking at the things that she hid. Because a lot of this stuff, Two Cents can correct me, Paid can correct me. A lot of this stuff wasn't even in the original write up, right or
exactly.
wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I'm reading it.
So
This the thing though. He made this suit. Anything he's
your computer love, buddy.
You breaking up, bro.
Yeah, you're like Skynet out here. No, but here's
I can't hear.
it.
Yeah, you breaking up bad.
Breaking up, dude.
Okay, let me see this. On October, as David alleges in his answer and affirmation defense with more particular, blah, blah, blah. Davis is a professional boxer with existing and prospective business relationships, including a scheduled highly publicized boxing match against boxer Jake Paul, which was set for November 14, 2025. The said boxing match constituted a valid and identifiable business relationship and expectancy from which Davis reasonably anticipated earning substantial compensation in the form of multi-million-dollar purse and related promotional revenues in excess of $20 million. At all times material hereto, Roselle had actual knowledge of Davis' impending November 14 fight 2025 and the significant financial benefits that Davis stood to gain. Several days after the alleged incident, Roselle, by and through her counsel, intentionally and unjustifiably interfered with Davis' business relationship by initiating contact with Davis' manager, Ravon Littlejohn, and demanding an extortion payment in the amount of $1.1 million.
Yep.
In fact,
Breaking up.
You breaking up.
Give me love, yeah.
2 cents, you breaking up.
Key, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yep, you
Yeah,
good.
you good.
Am I good?
Yep,
Yeah.
you good.
All right. So they hit the man manager up, boxing hacker, and
Yeah.
said, "Look,
Well, that's according to the lawyer story, right?
give me
Does he say
one."
exhibit?
No, it's text messages to vouch for that. That's what I'm
Hold
saying.
on. Let me
Okay.
finish, boxing hacker. Just
Go ahead.
listen.
Yeah,
He said, "Listen, I need that $1.1 million."
yeah.
During said communications, Roselle counsel attempted to extort Davis out of $1.1 million and threatened that in the event
Close.
Davis
Stop
failed to comply with Roselle's monetary demands, Roselle implied that he would pursue criminal charges through law enforcement and initiate civil proceedings against Davis in connection with the purported incident, whereby Roselle was not injured, even though Roselle had already pursued criminal charges the day before. Roselle further Roselle
Breaking up again.
Computer love, bro. Skynet.
You breaking up, 2 cent.
Can you hear me?
A little bit better. Speaking.
You good? You good now?
I just
No, you're not. Now you're breaking up. What's going on with your thing?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. The world's at war.
Boxing hacker wasn't tripping when you wasn't up there.
Right.
The world's at war, buddy. What do you mean?
When he came up here, it's on the
To
computer.
Trump. Has nothing to do with me, buddy.
Hey, y'all. Hey,
You want me to read it?
hey.
Can y'all hear me? Can you see it, Key?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Key, read it because I'm trying to eat.
Which
too.
number are you on? 12.
12, 13.
Okay, so Roselle further understood and intended that such threats made by Roselle, if acted upon, would jeopardize Davis' ability to participate in a scheduled November 14, 2025 fight, thereby placing Davis' anticipated earnings at risk. The timing and amount of demands made by Roselle were calculated and tailored by Roselle to exploit Davis' vulnerable position in the weeks of immediately preceding the scheduled fight and were designed to coerce Davis into paying an exorbitant sum to Roselle to avoid disruption and or termination of his business relationship and to imply Roselle would not file criminal charges if the money was paid.
Yeah.
That's all I could see.
Yeah, that's why I said they actually got text messages of that, which KO had put it on his channel when he broke down the situation.
I mean, there's a countersuit, right? There's a counter lawsuit.
Right, but it's text messages of them demanding money,
Can y'all
bro.
hear me
That's
now? Or
the-
am I still
that's-
breaking up?
Yeah,
That's the
but
situation.
It won't be relevant to the actual case. It's like a countersuit.
What do you?
But
What do
see,
you mean?
this
It's not
is the
relevant to
thing.
actual
This,
case.
Hey,
The actual case will
let
only
me
actually one thing.
say
Did you
something
do it?
before I.
Hey, am I
before
good now? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
Hey, let me say something before I get cut off. Hey, I wanted to say, man, back to what I was saying with Box Hacker was talking. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the girl was right or Gervonta Davis is wrong or Gervonta Davis right and the girl is wrong. They both putting out good shit. You know what I'm saying? Good paperwork, countersuing each other, and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna sit back and just jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, she's all the way wrong or whatever, and whatever she
She
said.
all the way wrong, Rich. She
She
tried
all the
to
way
extort him.
wrong.
What are you
But
talking about?
but y'all getting his side just like we got her side.
Yeah.
What are you
We don't
talking
know.
about?
We
I
don't.
don't know. I don't. I
That's
feel
what
What
like
are
I'm
y'all
saying
the
to
talking
you.
about? What are y'all
We
talking
don't.
That's
about?
We
a
don't.
that's literally a part of your constitutional
About being
rights.
yeah. I feel like the
That's
way
what
the
I'm saying.
sentence
That's
is
what I'm
wrong
saying.
though.
So now we just.
That Obama phone breaking up, bro.
The
Hey,
free
So,
phone.
can
Not
I
the
can I
free
can
phone.
I say something? Can I
Go
say something?
ahead.
Yeah.
This is how you know that they was extorting and they was wrong. They asked for $1.1 million,
Okay.
Right.
but the silver suit is only for 50,000. They
Right.
knew that they was wrong. That's a significant difference. You
Mm-hmm.
ask, you asked them in a text message for $1.1 million, but then you silver suit is only for 50,000.
And
Right.
then you put the
That's
civil suit
literally
out with
showing
all
that.
these egregious details
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they
to
was trying to
speed
get
yeah.
it
him to
up.
fold. They was trying to get him to fold under pressure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I feel
There's
like people are
no
misunderstanding the situation, right? Like the case is
No, I
looking
feel
at
like
I
every
was
one
there's no
person, right? Whether
misunderstanding,
he
Boxing
did it or
Hacker.
not,
They
that's all that
tried to
matters in the
extort
case.
him.
Other stuff
She
is just
lied
appeal to
and
the
made it
jury.
up, and
I
they
don't
tried
think
to extort him. I don't understand
Yeah,
what.
like
There's
even
no
okay,
misunderstanding.
let's say that's true. Let's say
Boxing
it's
Hacker, I
extortion,
don't
right?
think that
It
this was
doesn't mean
supposed
that
to
it doesn't
go
change
this
the
far.
act, huh?
I
it
don't
wasn't
think they
supposed to
wanted
go this far.
my theory is it wasn't they didn't think it was gonna go this far. It's like the same situation almost with Jay-Z and that girl and Tony Busby.
Right.
They didn't think that Jay-Z was going to fight it.
Yeah, but even fighting like even what the lawyer's saying right now doesn't seem that strong, you know.
What
Like a
the
lot of
fuck are
people,
you talking about?
I don't know, man. I look at things differently. I think.
That's why
Like
you
okay, so
said you don't speak on this shit
let's
because you don't know.
let's take what he just said, right? Let's just take what he just said, right? He's saying that her contacting the manager was initially affected the reason why he lost money with the Jake Paul fight, right?
No, bro. What
No.
are you talking?
No.
See,
That's what
that's
Okay,
he
let me
said.
see,
finish.
You
this
know
is
what I
the
Hold
mean?
on,
match.
Boxing Hacker. Let me finish reading because you're trying to make up
Yeah.
something to argue about. All right, here we go.
No. Okay. Go
Said
ahead.
threats were communicated on October 20th, 2025, directly to Davis' manager via text message, with the intent and expectation that the threats would be relayed to Davis and exert pressure upon Davis to comply with such extortionate demands and pay money to Roselle. Davis, maintaining that Roselle was not injured or otherwise damaged as alleged, and that certain defenses existed to any potential claims made by Roselle, refused to accede to the extortionate, is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extortionate settlement demands. As stated on October 29, 2025, Roselle accompanied by her counsel, visited the Miami Gardens Police Department to initiate complaint against Davis arising from the alleged following the criminal
You
You
complaint.
breaking
going
up
out.
again. You breaking up again, 2 cents.
I mean,
2 cents, you going out.
You're like Skynet too, sir.
read key.
Yeah, I got it. As stated on October 29th, Roselle, accompanied by her counsel, visited the Miami Gardens Police Department to initiate a criminal complaint against Davis arising from the alleged incident. In the filing of the criminal complaint, Roselle lied in a police report she filed with the Miami Gardens PD. As Roselle stated in the report, she subsequently blocked all forms of communications with him, meaning Davis. She omitted to tell the police officer material facts that would have exonerated Davis of her claims. That subsequent to the incident, she admitted Davis to her apartment and they spent the night together. Roselle repeated the same lie in her sworn testament of facts in support of her arrest warrant and made the same material omission. The foregoing actions of Roselle were intentional, unjustified, and undertaken of the improper purpose of extorting substantial money sums of money from Davis and interfering with Davis' business relationships and expectancy of earnings related to the November 14th boxing match. So they're basically saying she kept things from the police,
Mm-hmm.
which would not have led to a criminal charges. Roselle knowingly made a publicized misleading accusation of DV against Davis after Davis refused to comply with exonerate demands made by Roselle, lied on a police report, lied under oath in the statement of facts in support of arrest warrant, failed to disclose material facts that after the alleged incident that Roselle admitted Davis into her apartment complex and they spent the night together. Roselle knew that such allegations would be disseminated to promoters, sanctioning organizations, sponsors, and members of professional boxing community. So that's his business. The things that like
Mm-hmm.
they're saying that she intentionally did this. Roselle also knew that such allegations will likely result in severe professional consequences for Davis, including suspension, loss of titles, and termination of business relationships. As a result, Roselle's conduct, the promoter, terminated the agreement for the boxing match scheduled for November 14th and has made a demand upon Davis for return of any advancement made
Huh?
to Davis and reserve the right to bring a claim for damages. So Jake Paul, MVP, is attempting to sue. Roselle conduct has caused substantial damages to Davis. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests the court enter judgment for damages against the counter defendant in the excess of 20 million. So that's the upfront fee, and in favor of counter plaintiff award, prejudgment interest, cost of action, and any other relief the court deems just and proper. So they're suing for, he's saying that the damages that she caused from the business standpoint, and not to mention from the sanctioning body, so the sanctioning body fee and everything else,
Yeah.
she got to pay for that too. Damn,
Yeah,
girl.
she fucked.
She
Hey,
All
have
but
right,
this,
here
she
go
have
to
but,
here
money
go
but,
to
to
but
prove
text
that.
messages. Here go to text messages.
See?
It says Caesar lawyer. You something we were at a stalemate with the lawyers. This is about money. So let's come to an agreement. The longer this drags out, worse for him. As far as the civil case is concerned, we will win at trial. We currently at 750K. What will you win if it's no money? We will have a judgment against him. We will get the money, not worried about collecting. There's no money to get. He gets arrested in the next day or two. It's $0, no assets.
Yeah.
Here is the engagement letter I put in the chat. I got this back. Your client knows darn well what happened. To confirm the answers to your questions, our non-negotiable offer is 1.1 million. No criminal charges have been filed. Attempt domestic violence injunction has been entered and the hearing is set for the middle of November. Our offer is deemed revoked if not accepted in writing by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Got it. Can you give me a call?
Okay,
So
and so that's where the
extortion.
and that's the extortion, but that's also why they haven't filed criminal charges
Mm-hmm.
so, but this,
because
this the thing that I want to know, right? So,
hmm
hey, Greg, Greg still up here?
Just
Mr.
go ahead,
Greg.
bro.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here.
I just want to know. So they basically had a arrest for his warrant. The marshals were looking for him without charging this man with nothing. What the
No,
fuck?
no,
Yes.
Yeah.
that was before. No, all this y'all gotta remember. All this is before this shit even came out. So the messages that she reading is before this shit even hit the net. So everything that she reading happened beforehand. So basically, they was basically saying if you don't pay this money, this shit finna come out.
No,
We're gonna
no,
go down. We're gonna
no.
go down to the police station.
I'm saying, is he charged right now? Did he ever
No,
get charged?
he's not formally charged. So that's
That's
why
what
No,
I'm
he's
saying.
not charged. They can't.
So that's why
How
I'm
do you
asking Mr.
charge
Greg.
this?
That's why I'm asking Mr. Greg. Like, how the fuck can the marshals be looking for you and doing all
That's
this
what I
extra
was
stuff,
saying when it
and
was
they ain't
happening,
charged, and
Rich.
they ain't charged? So he
You
need to
can.
be suing. He need to be suing them too, because
exactly.
I
they
hope
put it
it
out.
does.
Because they putting out false
The
narratives on him, making him look like something he not.
The police
So
was in
clearly
on the
that's
shit
not.
too.
But a warrant
Yeah,
for
he
No,
needs to
But you
go to
no,
guys
the
know that's
Miami
not illegal,
Gardens.
right? Like
no. It
He need to
wasn't.
get.
It wasn't on the police department to put out the search warrant. I mean the basically the search warrant for Devontae Davis. It was the prosecutor. The prosecutor sent that to them because they got to get a
Ex-
they got to get a
exactly,
they got to get
exactly.
a
And
judgment.
they all listen.
But
Listen,
what?
it's all like
Hold
a
up,
dom.
hold up,
It's all
Hold
like a
on,
hold up,
domino.
let him
hold
finish.
up,
Hold
It's
hold
on,
like
up.
a
let D Free
domino effect.
finish.
Hold
Hold
on,
on,
let
let
D
D
But
Free
finish.
finish.
when you're getting charged for something, they have to place you under arrest. They place you under arrest. They put you through the system. It's up to the prosecutor to take it in front of the judge to actually prosecute you and formally charge you. The prosecution hasn't formally charged him since he's been arrested. They brought him in to
Facts.
say, okay, yeah, we have him now. Is he going to get a bond or is he going to stay behind the jail until his court date come up? Once they say whatever his bond is going to be or he's not going to get a bond, then it's up to the prosecution to come up with a formally charge. You don't get
Right.
formally charged until the prosecution does that. That's not on
Yeah,
the police
Exactly.
department.
yeah.
That's on the prosecution.
And this
Exactly.
and this what I'm saying to you, right? If you get to me, from what I was understand, understood, and what I seen, if you get a bond for anything, that mean that they charging you.
No,
That's why they
no,
get.
that's not.
Oh,
Wait. Hold on. Let
No,
me just speak. Damn, I can't even. Go ahead, y'all.
No, go ahead,
Can't
bro.
go ahead. God
Finish.
damn. All I'm saying is if you getting a bond for something, if I'm giving you a bond for a murder charge, that means I've been charged for that murder.
You been
You
charged,
get what
but
I'm
you're
saying?
not formally. That's two different things, bro.
Right. No,
but
so
hold up,
right,
guys.
exactly. So what they did was, I don't know who was asking that question,
I
but
ain't
what they
never heard
did,
of that, man.
no, it
That's
happens.
that's
Listen,
all I'm trying to say.
that's
I ain't never
how.
heard of that.
No, so okay, so prime example, right?
He
I done
said,
heard people.
If they
Wait. I
have
done
you,
heard. Listen.
okay,
I done heard of people getting arrested or whatever. You get arrested and you haven't been
No,
charged. You just get
Tanko, who is that?
arrested.
Let me see your
You just get
ID.
a.
it's
I,
it's supreme.
it's
Alright.
so
that's the point.
Supreme.
But
so
I done heard people getting arrested and all that stuff. But as far as you getting bonds and they putting out like I said, it's a domino effect. They out there on the news stations saying that he's getting this kidnapping, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. They basically saying that they charged him. So that's why
No,
I'm saying he should
no,
the
so
way
yes, that's how it.
the
That's
way
how
they
they
put it,
can
the
word
way
it.
they
But
put it to the public, that's what I mean by he should be able to sue them because they put it to
yeah,
the public like he was being
yes, he
charged,
now this
like
I
is
he
think
a
everybody
was
case.
knows that,
charged.
guys. I
This
think
is a
everybody
case
getting on
for
board with this.
defamation
That's
of
what I'm saying.
character.
I
yes.
don't
This
think so
is a
either.
case
Yeah.
for defamation of character, absolutely.
No,
But the thing is, you can get so say they say somebody say that you ran into their house, right? So the police come pick you up, but then they find out you showed them, hey, wait a minute, I wasn't even in town. Okay,
That's being
charges drop. You haven't been
arrested. That's
formally. You were
no, 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 no,
arrested.
no, 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 no,
no.
no, no,
Before
Okay,
you
Yeah,
no.
go
see,
to
what,
No,
before you
no,
go
no,
to
go
no, no,
trial,
ahead.
no, no,
before
no.
you get
See,
before you
the
go to
word
trial,
Rich,
they
hold
gonna
on,
have to
Rich. Now
formally
you
charge.
cutting other people off. Let
No,
other
no,
people
key
talk.
mixing up, key. I
Nah,
understand
it
that.
don't matter what you
Wait, key.
mixing up, bro. Let her plan, bro.
No,
Let her
no, no,
talk.
no, no, no. What I'm saying to you is key saying what
You
I'm
cutting off
saying.
right now, bro. She was in the middle of her talking, bro. Like you cut her off, man.
That's what I'm trying to say to Key. She's saying what I'm exactly
No, you
saying.
cutting her off, bro. You're trying to say you cutting her off. Let her talk.
Man, listen, Key, you saying what I'm saying.
Right,
That's all I'm saying. You saying what I'm saying. What
correct.
they saying is that he's being charged, that he got a bond and all types of stuff. He is being charged. And then they saying that he's
He's
No,
he,
not
All right,
being
let me read.
charged.
he's
Let me
But
read. Let
you
right.
me
saying what
let
I'm
me
saying.
let me
You
read what
saying what
Go
I'm
Fresh
ahead.
three
saying.
one
Oh
three
my
saying.
God,
Hold on,
please.
listen.
Yo, Rich,
For
bro. You gotta do better,
example,
bro.
listen. For example, I got charged with obstruction. Got a bond. The prosecutor didn't formally file the charges for a court date due to lack
Right,
of evidence.
right. So meaning if I get
He
Exactly.
arrested,
hasn't been
so
formally charged.
so meaning that mean the process can't go. Y'all can't go no further whether you go on a trial or not until they formally charge you. So if they don't move forward with the charges, just because you being charged don't mean they're moving forward with the charges. So it's
Mm-hmm.
up to the prosecutor for the prosecutor to come and say, okay, well, I got this evidence against him. We're gonna go forward with this trial.
Or I'll give you guys.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys another
So that
example.
means so basically
Hold on.
Rich,
So
y'all
hold
Rich,
on,
Rich.
Rich.
Go
oh,
Hold
go
on,
on,
ahead.
yo,
Rich.
Rich, bro, chill,
So
yo, Rich, just
let me
chill.
give you guys another example. So there was like 4 years ago, there was a woman who went missing, and all they had was her her at the ATM. Y'all know how they got them cameras on the ATM?
Yeah.
And so there was a person that walked past her. They did a manhunt for this person because she was obviously a missing person, right? So they
Mhm.
did a manhunt for the guy that they saw in behind that video, and they charged him. They didn't have anything, or you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z, but they charged him. And come to find out, he was actually on his way to work and did not have anything to do with that person that went missing. Now, her, she's gone on home to heaven. Um, and it was a crime of passion, but he was never, the charges and everything was dropped. He did have to pay to get out. His picture was plastered everywhere, but that's where your attorney comes in, which Tank attorney has came in and said, wait a minute, now I can get you because this man got a job. You know what I'm saying? Now people are looking at him crazy. He has a home in a nice community. People are looking at him crazy. That could have been a really sticky situation. Word on the curb is that they were able to settle with CPD, with Chicago Police Department. You guys can look this case up.
Yeah,
So
I know
this
what you're talking about.
happens. So this happens all the time where
What?
a person
Yeah.
can get arrested, bond out, but there's no form of charges after the
Charges, yeah.
evidence that's presented.
Now,
Hey, Rich.
But
I was
now,
about
but
to,
you
I was
but
about
but
to say.
but but
Basically,
but you but you
Hold,
missed the whole fact though. You kept saying it while you was just talking that he was charged, and then they found out the evidence and they dropped the
Bro, you
charges.
missing the
So that's
point,
No, hold
so
on,
Rich.
so that
okay.
so
Rich,
No,
you was the
no,
only
Can I
it's
say
child, right?
listen.
something? This
Oh,
Juke, can I
Hold
say
on, hold on.
something?
let me just
Yo,
say
Rich,
Like
you
I
was
something
the
said,
real
only
I
quick.
was
child.
Rich.
hold on. I
you
was a
said what?
former law enforcement.
I
I
said
was
you
a
was
okay.
the
Go
only
former
ahead,
child,
D
right,
free.
Rich?
Let's hear from the law enforcement.
I'm
I'm
just
a,
confused. That's why I wanted Mr. Greg
no. Listen,
to
listen.
really
I'm
speak
Yeah,
Hold
if
on
you
on,
what
I'm
I'm
he's
saying.
in the
confused,
saying.
let
law
Keith cook.
What?
enforcement.
You ain't.
Nah,
Yo,
Hold
really
on.
D
what.
free,
That's
go ahead,
why.
buddy.
I'm
When
trying
I
to
was
say
talking.
because I've been in the
Wait.
gym, bro.
That's why I
That's a
was
good
talking. That's
question.
Yo,
why I
Rich,
hollered at
Rich,
Mr.
Rich,
That's why when I was talking, I was
Rich.
hollering at Mr.
Everybody
Greg.
get a chance to talk, gang. You can't cut everybody
And,
off,
and,
brother.
and I'm saying that's why when I was talking, I was hollering at Mr. Greg, and everybody else
Yeah,
Hold
was
on,
but
cutting
we
from
hold
me.
hollering
on.
at Mr.
Let
That's
Greg
what
D
I'm
while
free.
Keith's
saying.
talking and D Free is trying to talk right now, bro. We going
Hold
back
on.
and forth. Let D Free
Yeah.
cook.
No, like I said, I'm former law enforcement. So when an individual is placed under arrest, you are charged with that arrest. You're charged. But like I said, the prosecutor have to move forward with the case. Like he said, they might not have enough evidence, or the evidence might not be as strong, and they say, you know what? We're not going to go further with this case until we get some stronger evidence or we get some more evidence. So you're not formally charged. Yes, you are under arrest. Yes, there was a search warrant for you and everything. You was placed under arrest. You went through the whole process, the whole booking situation, but you're not formally charged because they don't have enough evidence to prosecute you. Because the way the prosecution work, they want to win their case. They don't want to
Right.
go to court and lose. They want to go to court and win. They get
Right.
the same way other people get promoted. They get promoted by on their success rate. So they want to make sure that they got a good chance of this being a successful conviction. So when they go to court, they want to make sure that everything is locked down. So if they don't have enough evidence, they will say we're not going to move forward until we get more evidence. Now you will get a bond or you will get released until they get more evidence, and then you will be formally charged once they get
Right.
more evidence and they want to move
Right.
forward.
Right.
You can be placed under arrest and be charged.
Now,
And
D
the
free,
reason why
have
that
you
lawyer
seen
is
this?
not moving forward with those charges is because 9 times out of 10, when you got a person that's lying through their affidavit, bro, they can get their bar license taken for that shit.
Nah, that's
So
not.
so so
So
so
D
D
free,
free.
have
Wait.
you
So D
seen this?
free.
Have you
Wait,
seen this
there is
with
no
That's a
domestic
fact.
there's a
violence?
statute of limitations for
So
like
D
moving
free.
forward the
Hey
case.
D
I think
free.
it's
This
like
this this
it's
D
definitely
free. So when
Yeah.
you get a bond, and people that have been locked up, correct me if I'm wrong. When you get a bond, so you basically saying when you get a bond and they give you your charge of papers, and let's just say they got what Tank got kidnapped and carry up to 15, 20, or this, that, and third on it, and it says that it says it on your bond when you go in front of the commissioner, the management, whatever y'all go in front of where y'all live at, what city y'all live in, or whatever like that. when you go in front of those people, they say what they being charged with this and that. They tell you what your bond is. So you saying that you
Yeah.
not charged. Basically, you saying you're not charged until you go in front of that court, that judge, and they announce the charges to you. That's what you're basically saying.
Right.
You
Right.
don't go to
Right.
court,
Right.
Okay,
Rich.
okay,
Right.
Rich,
okay. I see. All
yeah.
right, all right.
You got it
All
now?
right.
'Cause
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
don't
got
go
it.
to
I got it. Now.
let's
That's all I was. That's all. I
okay.
really was hollering
Okay.
at you, and then everybody else jumped
Yeah,
in it.
I was
But
gonna
also,
say,
those
is
text
because
messages
everybody
weren't
Yeah.
extortion,
keeps said
guys.
the same exact thing. I'm sorry, this is Juke, y'all. Can I say something real quick? I've been up here
Go
being
ahead,
patient.
Drew.
Nah,
No, oh my
I'm
God,
understanding
you want
that,
to
but
interrupt everybody?
I understand it now.
Jesus,
Rich.
I've been listening.
Just
I've been
chill,
Rich,
bro.
I
listening.
think you need to go out and come back in, Rich,
Woo!
because
I
you
think you
can't
don't
hear
hear everybody
everybody.
talking, so I'm gonna give you the
Yeah, he
benefit of
don't
the
hear
doubt so you're
everybody.
not cutting
Can't
niggas off,
be.
bro.
I'm being real, like 2 cents, like
It might
really,
be the service where you at,
Yeah,
Rich.
Rich.
maybe
I
because
don't
I've
think
been
Rich can hear
listening.
me. Tell Rich to go out and come back in.
Nah, I can hear it now. I can hear y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just
say this.
Damn, so you just cut niggas off?
Oh,
Hold on, Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Nah, go ahead, Drew. Go
You
okay.
know,
I'm
Rich got
gonna
his shirt
go
off.
with this saying hello, good evening, everybody. I'm gonna say I've been listening, and like the replay value is gonna be so tough because oh my God, like I know you meant well, but he just talked over everybody. You can hear nothing. It's like just, oh, that was so frustrating to listen to. Anyway, the only thing I want to say, I think the difference is that the difference is something called probable cause, right? So when you get arrested, to my understanding, it's like okay, and probable cause is a very like low bar. It can be a hunch, right? If there's any circumstantial evidence that they think, then they can say, okay, I can get an arrest warrant for this very minimal information that I have that may or may not link you to this particular crime. Is very bare minimal, right? So then you get arrested and then you pay a bond. And so now that you paid the bond, you've entered your whatever, then that gives the prosecutor time to look over the evidence that the police collected, evidence to talk to the plaintiff, whatever, and then look over and see if those charges are like, okay, these are substantial. The prosecution can move forward and really, win this case. But it doesn't look good for them to go after people with flimsy evidence and they lose, and then that department has really bad numbers because now like you're just going after innocent people and losing cases, right? So I think that was just the main difference. It's just that the initial arrest warrant, all you need is probable cause, which is literally just like a hunch, circumstantial evidence. But to move forward, you have to that's why they say you shouldn't automatically judge one just because someone's arrested. Anybody can accuse you and say anything and you can get arrested. And then it doesn't make it to the court, but make it to trial, which to my understanding, there should be a deadline. That's what I want to ask about. Isn't there a deadline to where the prosecution has to either move forward with the charges or not? Like, isn't there some type of deadline, or can it just linger this out?
Yes. Every state has that.
I think we're coming up on the
What they call
deadline,
that
or
again,
we
bro?
past it.
Statute of limitations.
No, that's not statute of limitations. They have like 180 days to present before they get indicted or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every state might be different, but it has to be something. Come like this is all. Isn't the alleged incident back in October?
Yes.
Yeah, but
this is like taking a long time.
What can happen?
You can move forward case like years afterwards.
That's a little bit different because yes, the incident happened in October, but he wasn't arrested until January. So they had from the time that he was arrested to up until whatever the timeline is to charge him. If they don't come up with a charge by the time that expiration date comes up, I think it's like 60 days or something like that. Then those charges will be dropped because it's not from the time that the incident happened. It's from the time that he was arrested because they didn't actually they didn't actually arrest him for those charges. So yes, she might have made a complaint in October, but they didn't arrest him for those charges until January. So it goes from the time that he was arrested.
So you know what that made me think? Because I thought it was odd that he didn't get arrested until January. Like they drug it out. That makes me feel like this is I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but that makes me wonder why did he not get an arrest warrant if you had a video since October and January? Like why? It does seem funny.
Hold on,
y'all.
Let
Let
me get this cash app. Shout out to Isaiah. What you doing with the $2 in the cash app? He says, I wrote this song for you. Play that shit.
No, oh my
No,
God.
Please don't
no.
do this to me. I just got up here.
This song for you.
I
Look at
hate.
my
Oh my
baby
God.
Clarissa.
Who said?
Cause
I'm
our
gonna throw a tomato
love
at
is
you.
true. I'll
I'm
always
telling
be
you.
for you. These other niggas ain't got a
Man,
clue.
too.
You're the kind of man gon' ride for me. Love your girl down, knock a nigga
Yo,
off of me.
Supreme,
Oh yeah,
yo,
you're the
Supreme. She
kind
in
of
the
man
she in the church
caress my
choir,
soul,
and then you got
give
the
me
pastor
energy,
walking around with the
always
election plate.
supporting me.
You
You're the
know that.
kind of man
That's a
ain't
fact.
gon' never cheat. Take me out to eat,
Huh?
then leave me. Oh
Nah,
yeah,
look at it.
you're
Look
the
at it.
kind of man I shut up for. Let you leave me, yeah, with my eyes closed.
This shit feel like a parody. But
I
It,
love it. I like. You
speaking
know
of
what?
the
It's
statute
growing.
of
It's growing
limitations
on
thing,
me.
right?
It's
I'm telling
growing
I
you,
on
think
you
me.
I
gotta
think
listen
it's
to
the
some
30-30 speedy rule, right? And they have like 180 days to like indict you or something like that. So I don't know
Depending on the state.
how it is where y'all guys at, but in
but
New York,
see,
that's how it
Yeah.
goes.
you can
Like some
What
places
I
only
what
have a
I
statute of limitations for that.
prosecutors can
so
get around all of that. And I'll just, like I use myself as an example. I got held for 18 months. I got
mm,
charged when they got to me, but I got held for 18 months before any formal charge even took place. And then when we got to that point, that's when things got dropped because they found the whole videotape of what took place. So when you can be arrested, yeah, they can find, as Jupiter just said, probable cause. It don't take much for probable cause for them to pick you up because most of the time they want to hold you while they're still gathering more evidence. But if it takes too long, they can go to court and get it delayed before you come to court. It's all kind of ways. Just like I could have delayed and had status hearings or asked for a change and of status. I could ask for a delay. Prosecutors can do the same thing.
yeah.
So
But Greg, you're supposed to get a lawsuit for that, brother.
things got taken care of.
No, I'm
Well, I
sure they
will. What
did.
I and then
You
also
looking
and to
spiffy over
piggy
there.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
to piggyback off of what Mr. Greg said as well. There's something. So when you're dealing with domestic violence, and I had explained this on Upper's channel earlier, there are parameters in place for different type of things, right? So we have domestic violence, we have racism, we have things for women's rights, people with disabilities, accommodations, all of those, and that costs us billions of dollars every year because these people violate them. And one of the main violators when it comes to domestic violence is the police department across the nation because they don't take these accusations seriously. So in my opinion, what I believe, and again, y'all know my theory, I feel as though this was not supposed to go this far, but one of the things I think what occurred in this situation with this domestic violence that we're talking about is that there's only so long that a police station or a prosecutor for the state or that city can sit on this type of information before people are scratching their heads saying, why aren't you going after this person for domestic violence, right?
mhm.
That is especially with something that is allegedly supposed to be a slam dunk case with a video and everything else. So in my opinion, I felt like they had to act because that civil suit, which they continue to pursue after all this incident went down, they kept doing the articles on the USA Today. And I feel like there was a light ignited underneath them. Like, look, are y'all gonna go after this guy or what? Because you can't have all these articles coming out about him and about this situation and people feeling as though like, man, y'all just gonna let him get away with it. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think that that's one of the reasons too why they decided to pursue this, because it could look bad for them too in the end. And somebody had asked the question, can she be in trouble if she lied? Technically, that's a gray area. That's a slippery slope. How many cases have we seen where men and both women have been lied on, but particularly men have been lied on and have cost other guy, have cost these men their jobs, their livelihood, scholarships. I don't know if you guys remember the black young adult who had a promising future for the NFL, and it was taken away by this woman who lied on him, saying that he had sexually assaulted her. Right? I don't know if y'all remember that. It was about 6, 7 years ago, and came to find out she was lying. Right? This stuff happens all the time, but guess what? She's walking free. Let me not get started on Emmett Till. That woman came out years later and
Mm-hmm.
said she lied. Her family, everybody, she lied. You know what I'm saying? But were they ever charged? No, the prosecutor never took up that case. And she's still alive, wandering around, walking around, chilling.
Do you
Right?
recall the Duke lacrosse case?
The Duke Lacrosse case, that was a black woman. She
Mm-hmm.
lied on them boys. And what happened to her? Nothing.
But
So
the
But this,
prosecutor
but
did
unfortunately,
but
lose his
but
job.
this my
But
thing
you
though.
don't have to almost get in trouble, though.
This my thing though. Like, I know you're gonna hate this, but these
Yeah.
prosecutors get on cameras and all this stuff and say they got all these type of evidence and letting the world know they got all this stuff. And from what he's saying that they ain't got that shit. So they
No.
sitting back.
That's not what he's saying.
I'm
So
saying from not. I'm saying from what his lawsuit saying that most of the shit that she's saying is a lie, right?
And let me
no,
tell y'all, what was
That's
happening,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Because
Most of the shit that she's saying a
I
lie,
told
right?
y'all when it was happening,
no.
that the fact that the lawsuit was $50,000, I told y'all that shit didn't make no sense. Like, why are you gonna, after all this, you only gonna sue me for $50,000? And you can kind of tell that it was almost like okay, if you don't do this, we gonna drop this next. If you don't do this, we gonna drop this next, because it was the lawsuit, then it was the police article about the video, then it was the police report, then it was the you a fugitive, we gotta start, like it was just different things at different stages, because look how long they drag this out. If I have a video of you punching, dragging, kidnapping,
Mm.
it doesn't take this long to charge you, get you in jail. Like none of this, none of
mhm.
this is
But you
that's
can still
open
get
and
guilty of
But
the
shut.
see,
case.
they did the
That's
same
You
thing
open
can
and
with
get guilty of the case as
shut.
long as you
they
want,
did the
though.
same thing with Jay-Z. I'm always come back when this stuff first happened.
Yeah.
I said I'm always reference Jay-Z and Cardi B. They did the
Yeah.
same thing with Jay-Z last year. That woman came on there, did her on CNN,
Mm.
CBS, MSNBC, Fox News. I mean, everybody was talking about it. Do you hear me? Saying, I went through this. I went to this party, and Jay-Z and Diddy did X, Y, and Z to me, and all this stuff happened. And look at the lawyer that was gaslighting her.
Tony
And
Busby.
look at what Jay-Z's lawyer had to come out and prove. And it was everywhere. But then when Jay-Z gets exonerated, people quiet.
But
The
this the
same
Because
thing
thing.
with
there
Cardi
was no
B. They
case.
tried
There
to
was
say
no
that
case
Cardi
But this
though.
what.
B
Oh,
beat
go ahead.
on somebody,
If
beat up the security guard. She came out, did the interview, she did this and that to me. Cardi B said, "What? I'm taking you to court. Let's prove it in front of a jury." And what happened? Exonerated. None of that even happened.
You know what it
But
is,
this,
but
King?
but
that
I
this,
think
the
but
that
cases
this
that
is,
were
this,
there
but
to
this
take.
the
Hold on one
thing,
second,
right?
yo. Hold on
Nah,
one
this the
second.
thing.
Give
This
me
the
one
thing.
second,
They
Rich.
they
One
keep
second.
screaming. They keep screaming out. They got a video. Where's this video at? That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
gotta bring
trying.
it. They have to come to
But
trial first.
Hold on, boxing. I can let
and
Rich
if
talk.
they got if they got a video of a nigga beating up a girl or something like that, it shouldn't take that long for them
Because
to
I
you know what I'm saying,
again
prosecute
I
There's
feel
unless
no
like
unless
statute
they
of limitations there,
trying to
man.
get the
They can do
paperwork,
it
unless they
later
trying to
on.
get their paperwork
there's
and
no
all that
paperwork.
shit
Like
right.
I told
There's
you
You know what I'm
guys
saying? But
before,
that
no,
shit
there's
ain't
no
come on,
paperwork.
man.
We
No,
see these videos every day on Instagram and
It-
TikTok of violent and toxic couples fighting. There's no
It's nothing
paperwork.
you could
There's
defend boxing
nothing there.
after.
There's no
yeah,
video.
there
This
is.
It's
is what
nothing.
happens. No, because we saw it. No, we there is a paper trail. The first originating in 2 cents and
Box.
paid
Yeah,
2 cents and paid, and Jupe can correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a paper trail of this. There was first two or three witnesses, right or wrong.
It was three. Well,
Okay, it was three
one
witnesses.
was
Now all of
Kevin.
a sudden, there's no witnesses. So if this man has not been charged and they're saying that there's a video, obviously from the standpoint that I'm working from as a licensed social worker, that deals with the mental health courts and has to deal with sobriety and DV issues when my clients go off they meds or get into some drugs and go upside they lady or man head, right? When there are no witnesses, there has to be something else. Obviously, that's telling me that that video is not corroborating everything that that woman said. And
So
obviously, that lawyer, for him to
Key
paint that
elements, key.
picture, yeah, the
It's
key
key elements.
elements, and obviously for that lawyer to paint that picture in what we just read, saying, "Hey, wait a minute, she did that to herself. She was wilding out on him," right? Obviously, there was something there for it to swing in the favor of Tank, and that extortion text message is not doing them any favors. And the fact that she went home with him that night is not doing them any
And the
favors.
fact that she
yeah,
wouldn't work the rest of her shift.
Is
That's why
not
my
doing them
Hold
question
any
on,
is,
boxing hacker.
favors.
Boxing
hold
hacker
on, y'all.
yeah.
paid is paying for
My
your
bad.
spot on the panel.
Hold on one second.
Put a
Let me tell you one
contract on
thing.
your
Though.
head, Hacker. It's time
Hold
to
on.
go.
I've been trying to talk for a minute, right? So I actually think it's
Oh
opposite.
man, you talking
Hold
for the
on one second. I
prosecutors. We
actually think
don't
it's opposite
respect
what
that,
Key
man.
just said. I think the hold
Go
on one
ahead,
second, right?
boxing.
I think the tape is so damning. So you have to remember what happened, right? So the Tank's lawyer
You
requested
could
a
be saying
jury
anything.
trial over bench
Y'all
trial,
just
right?
let them talk, please.
Yeah. So Tank's lawyer requested a jury trial over a bench trial, meaning that he wants to appeal to the jury. The reason why I think he wants to appeal to the jury is because there's strong evidence on the tape. Therefore, what he's doing, even with the countersuit, because the countersuit is actually not that strong. Because I think people
It's
are
at the
confused.
bottom of the screen. Paid to
Because
Cash App
just
dollar
because
sign
you
2
write a
cents
letter
box.
requesting money or you go into court, it's not extortion. Like I don't know why people think that for. Like I
Okay.
can say, hey,
Lawyer.
we have,
It literally said we won't file criminal. We haven't filed criminal charges. Just
yeah,
pay us
and
the
that's not
1.1 million.
extortion.
Sure
That
Requires
is
an
the
unlawful
No,
textbook
act.
that
definition of
Extortion, no,
extortion.
As a
extortion
Boxing
lawyer, you
hacker.
don't
requires
So
know.
the lawyer don't know what
the
extortion
definition.
is. Boxing hacker. The
Extortion
lawyer. Boxing hacker.
requires
Boxing hacker. The lawyer don't
act.
know what extortion is. Boxing hacker.
Yeah,
Nah,
so
two
no,
cents.
he
2
knows
cents.
he can't win a
Apparently,
fair
the
case.
lawyer don't know what it is
So
because
yeah, he
they got
knows
him off
that.
a team
So
move,
you guys are thinking
and you
one way.
hacker
That's the
went to
problem.
Harvard,
What
so
the
he knows
lawyer
what
is
he's talking
doing with the
about.
countersuit is trying to defame her indirectly. That way, like, because
no that
he's appealing to the
boxing
jury.
hatchet.
That's why he requested a jury trial. All he's doing
Hacker,
right
put
there
your
is
shirt
appealing to
on,
the
bro. You
jury.
just
Boxing
He's
realized
trying to
hatchet.
make her look like anything she's saying is just not gonna be credible, even with the tape. That's all
Yeah.
he's doing. The case, like,
Mr. Greg, can I ask you a
even
question?
like I said, the countersuit's not that strong, and even
When
the
Hacker
case,
finished
Yeah.
talking, at
like,
least.
if you
The
look
Yes.
at what
countersuit
was
is
the case was,
very strong.
it's not because you read. So
Oh my
no,
god.
check this out. Key, I'll prove it to you.
All right,
You
boxing
saw the
hacker.
text
They
message
pay for
and
get you
you
off of
thought
here,
it was
bro.
Hold on,
extortion, right?
wait. I want to hear what he
You
has to
thought,
say.
yeah,
I'm
Key,
curious.
I'll prove
I
it to
am
Damn.
you.
so curious to hear
Key,
this. What?
Key,
How? How?
you saw the text messages. Immediately you thought extortion, right? A,
No, I
a
read the
judge,
paperwork. We've been reading the paperwork for an
yeah,
hour
you
and
saw the
45
paperwork too.
minutes.
And automatically you thought extortion, right? A judge may not look at it that way because extortion requires an unlawful act
So
in
I
the
guess
text.
judges and
And
lawyers
there was
don't know what
nothing
they're doing.
unlawful in
Pick
the
them
text
up,
message.
There
pick them up.
was an unlawful
What
act.
was
They're
unlawful?
literally saying the
Hacker, you
unlawful
on death row,
act
bro. Get
Is
your
in the
last meal in.
paperwork.
is
They're literally
She
saying the
lied to the
unlawful act, and
police.
D Free is a former
yeah,
police officer, and Mr. Greg. They all
yeah.
know.
And what was the
Okay, so
unlawful
look,
act?
the unlawful act is her corroborating, not corroborating what she originally put in, and what
That's
she
not what.
omitted from the police. That is an
No,
unlawful
that's not
act.
text
That is
messages.
that is filing a false police report.
No, wait. Again, you're talking about two different things. So that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my god!
That's why.
Oh my
Listen, Key.
god!
Now you
Oh
will
my
be a juror.
god!
See, listen, look how look.
All right,
This is
boxing
why
hacker.
I'm a
Your
lawyer.
time is up,
Like
bro.
you'll be a juror, right?
You
Now
done.
you see
You
D
know,
Free,
as
am I
just being like
wrong?
counsel
D
about
Free,
you. You
D
gotta see
Free,
like
am I wrong?
Damn,
D
Hacker, you
Free.
got
yeah,
death by
you're wrong.
firing squad.
Wait,
Oh
listen.
my
This
god, am
man
I
said
wrong,
that
Mr.
this,
Greg?
I'm gonna
this
prove it
man
to you
said
now.
a
Now I
lawyer.
gotta
He's
prove it
been
real quick.
practicing law
I gotta
for
prove it. I'm gonna prove it
decades.
real
Don't
quick.
know what.
Houston,
See,
pull the
Key will be a
trigger.
Okay,
juror, right?
let him prove it. Let him
Yeah,
prove what
All right,
what,
Key will
what
this
be
he
a
does.
juror,
this your last
and
time,
she
boxing
will.
hacker.
Yeah, Key
The
will be a
bounty been
juror,
Don't
paid,
sit
bro.
and she'll
outside.
look at it
The
like it was
the
extortion.
contract has been sent.
Hold on. Yeah, so Key will look at it and she'll look at it as extortion. The judge, if it was a bench trial, the judge would be like, what there was extorting? Like there was nothing there that was illegal. They said pay us money or go into court. That's not illegal.
All right, boxing hacker. Gotta let you go. All right.
What? That is that is
There's another aspect that
he
nobody's
made a
brought up.
full
That's
if
nasty
this
work.
rings true, She made a false police report.
Yeah.
She omitted key facts to which a police officer had the judgment called to either file and criminalize Tank or not. And this has cost him 20 million and some change, bruh. That
All
is
right, hold on.
unlawful.
Let me get this cash out. Shout out to Paid in Full
Oh my God.
with the $25
Oh my
in
God.
the cash app that he paid for the bounty for Boxing Hacker to get his spot back on the panel.
Thank you. Oh my God. Wait, but am I tripping? Am I tripping? Like, I really need to know this. Jupe,
Boxing Hacker,
D3,
you know you're the homie, but it's business, bro.
Big Supreme,
Yo,
Mr.
my mic
Greg,
working?
am I
Hello?
tripping? Isn't that textbook definition of not only extortion, but an unlawful act, and he can even go further for defamation of character? Am I tripping?
No, you're not. Let me let Tony go. Let me let Tony
What's
go.
up, T?
I just
What's
want to
going
ask
on, Mr. Greg?
Mr. Greg, one question before Tony go. Right? Does this
How you
case
going?
like have any?
No. Anybody
I
else
ain't
could
gonna lie.
ask him a
I've
question,
been
but not
asked
you.
Mr. Greg. I
I'm
was
not
gonna
letting
let
you
Hacker
make fun of
finish,
me.
bro.
Nope.
Tony, let him go, Tony.
No, I ain't letting him go.
Ahead.
It could be.
Okay,
I don't know why you not letting me go.
Go ahead, Big Supreme.
Man, this nigga's crazy. So
Tony got
Mr.
his
Greg,
shirt off, bro. He goes crazy.
does this case remind you of the Tawana Brawley case, or like that's like too much of a strong comparison? Do you remember that case with Al
The
Sharpton?
Brawley case was more police improper
Misconduct,
police
right?
action, misconduct, and they lied as well. But because it became a civil rights case, because it became such a I want to say explosive case, because it had the thing about race and class and so forth. This case isn't the same kind of case. To me, that it has some of the elements there, but you don't have Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton speaking on behalf of this young lady. Where in the case that Tawana Bradley allegedly, I mean, I don't try to get into that too much because it has too many sticking points in it. But they were saying the police assaulted her, did these things to her, and the police are saying that she made up the story because she ran away. But because it got so convoluted when you had Al Sharpton involved, so you really don't know which way to go. I mean, if you landed on her side, then you were fighting for the rights of all Black people. If you looked at what supposedly happened, then you're a turncoat. You don't like Black people. So this case don't have that. This case, to me, is a textbook case of somebody who saw a reasonable way. I shouldn't say reasonable, a slick way to extort some money, and it went further. As Key was saying, it was never supposed to get this far, but it's here this far, and because Tank has filed a countersuit, which makes all the sense in the world to me. If you're very innocent, now they stuck. Now they got to go and prove what they're trying to say they're going to prove. If there was a case there, and it's supposed to have been the videotape, as Key was saying again, the climate in this country is professional athletes should never get rewarded if they do something to a woman like this in this situation. So they had to move on Tank because articles was coming out, and articles was looking like Tank was being given special treatment as opposed to listening to this woman who, once again, another professional high-profile athlete, alleged to have assaulted her. So they couldn't let this go. They had to move on it. And even though they moved on, they realized, we quelled the noise that was coming up, but we also starting to see there's no there, so to speak. So now they're going with the civil case. That's how I'm seeing this case. If Tank did it, it's still going to come out some kind of way if Tank did it. If there's a videotape that shows that he did all of this, they should have already had. See, if there was a real videotape to show that, they would have held Tank. He would have not gotten bond. Right. That's my feeling, because what
he would have been charged also.
On me, I think the instrument that was used for the situation that took place. I'm on tape doing that. That was the probable cause. So that's
Right.
what held me. But when you saw the whole videotape, you realize, no, he didn't do this. But the reason why I was being held is because they thought I would tell what happened. Because again, I did have words with this person on a number of occasions, and I did tell him that he didn't have any more DC privileges. I had cousins and associates who worked that way. So I understand why they went at me like that. But when you see the whole tape, you realize we cannot continually do this because he's not breaking, and we know what happened. That's how they had to take care of me on another end as well. But that came 18 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's why that lawyer. That's why I'm saying I don't think that lawyer was going to go forward with this case because again, his bar license is at state if he do that.
Yeah, that's a sad case to me. It's really sad that that's what we're doing to each other. But it also seemed to be the par for the course these days that everybody's trying to find any kind of way possible to get money.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Rich was listening, but that's kind of what
Appreciate that answer, Mr. Greg.
you can be charged, and they can go before cameras and everything else, and still hold you. But once you get in front of the judge for
No,
the
I'm listening. I was just when I was listening to all the stories and stuff that came out, that's why I keep saying the bitch ass police and the news tricked me with all that.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
they'll trick
charged
you.
and all this stuff. They tricked me with all that stuff, but I understand. I understand that goes on and all that stuff. And that happens to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Every day that's happening. I already know
Right.
about that. But
Right.
from what they was saying, it seemed like that he already was charged, and that prosecutors was already in front of it charging him. And then come to find out that they ain't even do that. They ain't charge him at all. So I'm like, how the fuck they keep saying to us that they charged him, but they didn't charge him. That's why I say he should sue their asses because they tricked me. I'm like according to my aunt, she about to be 80 years old. She think Tank got charged. She think Tank about to be locked up. You know what I'm saying? That's all she thinking. It's a lot of people that's thinking the same way.
But Rich, when we was trying to tell y'all and talk to y'all, nobody wanted to listen.
Right.
And you can never talk to me because I always want them to beat the charge. I said right or wrong, I want him out. Y'all the ones say right or wrong, y'all want him in.
No,
if y'all say if he's wrong, y'all want him in.
We never said that. We never. Everybody on here has always stood on the fact that if he did that, he needs to be in jail. Everybody from 2 Cents, Juice, Hey, everybody has said that, Mr. Greg.
Hey, Greg, everybody said if he's wrong. Hey, Greg, everybody said if he's wrong, I think he deserve what he get. I said I think he should be home. I don't give a fuck if he's wrong or not.
No one
he was
said
going to hit it.
No, we not doing that though, bro. Because what if he really did just talk the girl?
Said that.
So we not going. I'm not going to support that. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all backtracking because we literally just try to
you can't never say I'm backtracking.
We know what people are backtracking because they don't. At the end of the day, we tried to explain the process and the reason why. Matter of fact, we were trying to explain and say, you know what, we don't know what's going on, but this is what we know, and we're trying to explain the process of getting arrested versus being formally charged. We explained all those nuances. Instead of listening, people said, man, y'all just Tinkerbells. Y'all just like people weren't listening. And now everybody's asking for Greg and Mr. Was it D1? I can't remember his name. Now everybody's asking for clarification.
D-Free.
I'm sorry, Mr. D-Free. Everybody's asking for clarification for stuff that we previously said. And it's like, had y'all just listened? But in the day when people are so on there like that, they fandom and they pom-poms got waving, they're not listening to what we said. Like everybody know I've been saying, hey, if he did it, he got to go down. I don't care. I've been saying it. Matter of fact, I got criticized for going in on him and saying that he still has some partial blame in this because you shouldn't have been at her job in the first place. That's just how I felt, right? People went in on me. We've been talking like, okay, he got arrested for this. let's just not jump to conclusions, although it don't look good. Let's wait it out. Okay, he's been arrested. He has an arrest warrant. That doesn't mean he's being formally charged. They got time. We explained all these nuances. So the fact that anyone's asking about it today is crazy, because that you everybody just listen to what me, Key, Tucson, KO been saying, Mr. Greg. We have said this 50,000 times, but no one wanted to listen, because at the time everybody had their agendas and tank fans, just tankomaniacs, and y'all wasn't listening to us. Sometimes people get on here and y'all literally just wait to respond. Y'all not listening. So have a conversation about having him he shouldn't have had that breakdown. I shouldn't have to mention probable cause, because I mentioned that before. It just shows me that y'all ain't listening. Y'all just going what y'all want to go with, and y'all want to argue because y'all want to argue.
Yeah, I never really got into big conversations with y'all about
because you
talking
weren't
about.
listening to us.
Wait. I wasn't listening, because I really don't get into big conversations about talking about law to something like to everything's over with. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wasn't listening. But the second part is that, like I keep saying before, I'm still mad about what they did on their end. I'm not talking about what y'all talked about and all that stuff. I'm still thinking about how they screaming that he's charged and we looking for him and all this type of
but
stuff.
Rich,
And
if
that's what's
you're
Well, we explained it, but y'all wouldn't listen. Like
but
you
and
keep
and,
you
going.
keep
and I'm gonna take
wait
it a step
We,
further,
we
Rich.
like
How
We
many
hear
triggering.
people do
propaganda though,
we
bro.
know? Like, let's keep it
yeah, no,
105.
I know, but we keep saying
They
y'all
didn't trick
like
us
yeah,
because we read.
you keep saying that y'all like I'm some type of person that want this guy to get locked up, or I'm
No one
against
said
all this
that.
stuff.
That ain't got nothing to
Oh,
do. This
okay,
not no
okay,
disclosure person.
yeah.
I ain't
Don't,
said nothing like that.
yeah,
You just lied. You just made
okay.
it up.
I
Stop,
don't want to be in
bro.
in
Stop and listen.
y'all stuff, because you named all the tank people, man, and you keep saying y'all,
Yeah,
and that make
you
it
have
seem like
a
that I'm just
comprehension
sitting there. I'm
issue, and I don't
just
know what to tell you.
Go ahead, Key.
I
What
ain't
you
that
got,
type of.
Key?
But
But
go, Juke,
what I was gonna
Juke,
say is,
my bad.
but my thing is, again, I like I said, when we first started talking about this, when I told 2 cents, and she can correct me if I'm wrong. I said, man, my sources is telling me that he was there, but it did not go down like that. And 2 cents, no, I've always said that. I've never been the type to
Yeah, you
say,
said that.
yes, I never said Tank wasn't there. This woman just lying and everything else. I said I didn't hear it went down like that, and I think that Tank needs to fight this to get that jacket off his back. I've always stood on that. And number two, everybody, I don't listen. And this is why I always say, this is why I've been saying, man, and I've been preaching for the past a couple months. Like, look, if any one of y'all was to go down or be indicted or slash be indicted for something, you have your constitutional rights of due process. You have that for as long as however it's gonna last, right? We have those type of we have that type of process in America. You have the right to face your accuser and be presented with the evidence in front of you. And so 2 cents, Jupe, Mr. Greg, paid a lot of us, Big Supreme, KO. A lot of us have always said with this when this situation hit, man, let's wait for this to come out, because what they're describing is very malicious. This is a very serious case of domestic violence, to come to a person's work, like Jupe said, and do all this to her on 3 different levels: upstairs, the main level, and in the parking lot, and to do all these things to her. And then we find out there's not only no charges, but there's a civil suit. So we all scratching our head, but we're all saying, you know what? Let's see how this play out, because you know what, he hasn't been charged, and we've been going with the motions of this, and putting together this puzzle piece of this case. And you know what, I would do it if it was you, Rich. I would do it if it was Big Supreme, Paid, Isaiah, Mr. Greg, Ramon, T Hill, anybody, because like Mr. Greg said, we're living in a time when anybody can sue.
Facts.
We're living in a time, I want y'all to really grasp this, okay? We're living in a time, if you are celebrating at a, like, you have a cookout for a graduation party. People are calling the police for noise disturbances. We're living in a time when kids are outside playing and they are calling the police on our children. You get what I'm saying? Anybody can call the police and do any type of ordinance or file a suit if there's the wind blew too hard and a couple of branches from a tree fall on your property and might dent your dang on gate. You feel me? You can file a civil suit for that. These are the times that we're living in. Mr. Greg is absolutely correct. You can sue. Okay, like, do y'all realize that people have sued McDonald's because they found out that there was pork in the meat? That like
Man,
I'm just telling
I was
y'all,
just about to
this
say that. I
is
seen it
where
was traces of milk in the French fries.
That's a legit
They
exactly
lawsuit.
sued
like
their
these are
asses.
the
No,
times
hold
we're
on.
living in.
Don't be feeding me no swine.
Everybody,
That's a legit lawsuit.
Now
Man,
that's
I've been
exactly,
in
but
McDonald's
I'm
too,
just
bro. Why
telling
you gotta
y'all
talk
though,
about
like
McDonald's like that?
You remember the
yes,
you
they
remember
are
this
doing that.
hey
No, they
Key.
did
I just
and they
tried to make
sued.
crispy with some nuggets, man.
Hey
If
Key.
you look it up, they sued and they won that
Hey
because
Key.
it was absolutely false. I mean, it was absolutely true. But these are the times we're living in.
wait,
So
what
I'm
was
not
true?
shocked
Hey
that
Key.
Tank Davis is going through this.
Wait,
But at
what
the
was
same
true?
day, he was still there.
You
I
got a
Key,
wanted,
super
do
hey,
chat,
you
Key.
remember
2 cents.
McDonald's being sued for coffee being hot?
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember
yeah.
that. Someone got
That
sued.
woman won too.
Remember people suing for getting fat from eating McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like,
Hey,
how do you do that?
I wanted to know though. I think the police was in on that shit too because I'm thinking like, why in the fuck would they come out and and they did a whole news presser behind that shit for the nigga not to even be formally charged. Like that's
I
the
don't think they
motherfucker
was.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me
two
get
cents.
this
You got a
cash.
super chat.
Let me get this
I
cat. Let me
wonder
get
if
this super chat from Boxing Hacker. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the $5 in the cash app. He says there is a difference between a demand message and extortion.
Oh
The
my
lawyer
God.
knows the countersuit is going to fail, but it
Oh
helps
my
build
God.
reasonable doubt. Boxing
If that's
Hacker
the
been
case, then
watching.
why hasn't he been charged with the
Boxing
crime?
Hacker been watching too much Law and Order. Apparently,
right.
he thinks the
Oh my
lawyer
God.
That
doesn't
nigga
know
been
what
watching
extortion.
SVU and all that.
He
You
thinks that
think you Benson, nigga?
he thinks the lawyer don't know what extortion is, but he
He
does.
think he Benson.
And
Or is
also,
it Stabler?
I wonder if Courtney lawyer actually had a relationship with the police to make them actually want to go out and do a presser. That's what
Nah,
I'm looking
I don't
at.
No,
think it's that deep, bro.
Also, I want to know. Okay, so to what Boxing Hacker is saying, he's saying a demand message. I thought, and because I googled, I'm like, okay, because I already know the angle he's gonna go with. He's saying that it's like kind of almost like a plea deal, but you know you do plea deals in criminal cases. This is civil, so basically like you try to negotiate before you go to trial. That is a thing, but that's normally something formal that the judge has to even have ahead of
Right,
time.
right.
So I don't know about text messages. Like it has to be a formal letter submitted into the court. And when you're starting to negotiate that, and then it can be confidential, right? It can be sealed. But that's why you hear about people going to negotiate and they settle behind, settle behind doors. That is a thing, but that's normally more on an official lens. And I'm pretty sure the judge who's adjudicating the entire case has to be aware of it too. So I don't know if text message, you can't just text somebody like, hey, if you don't give me this amount of money, I'm gonna file this criminal case against you. Because basically
That is extortion by definition.
yeah, but I think that is kind of leans towards extortion because also as a lawyer, you have a duty, I would think, to report, right? So you're saying there's a criminal situation happening, but you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna ignore this criminal situation and just get money. Like that's where it gets into the weird stuff. So I don't even know if that.
And
That's
then on top of that, you give him a time frame. You give him a time frame that he has to pay the money by. Like that's extortion,
and then
bro.
not to mention, listen, is the in that case that we just read in that file, did they not mention kidnapping?
Yeah,
Okay, so there's your demand message.
yeah.
Because they're trying to say that this man kidnapped this woman against her will.
right. I mean, he's a
So the last time that I checked, a demand message, when you kidnap somebody in the movies, don't they say we will release this person unless we won't release this person unless you pay X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So that's
But that's
extortion.
not
That's
a
demand.
risk.
A
That's not a
bounty
risk.
shit.
That's not a ransom key. That's a demand.
No,
It's
that's a rent. But you can. But
That's a
a good
demand
lawyer
clause.
can argue the gray area.
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah, like
Because
the
you can't,
demand.
because as
Go
an
ahead.
attorney, that's not even your job, bro. Your job is to file what you're trying to file with the courts. You don't go to the other party or whatever, or hit up their lawyer and try to, unless y'all trying to work out a deal, that's different. But
But you
you hit up this
a
man's
manager.
handler.
You hit up
You're
this
not even
man
talking
manager.
to his. You're not even talking to his attorney. You hitting up his handler asking for money. That's crazy.
Hey, Key, this
Hmm.
is a whole different thing. I'm looking at your picture. Are you familiar with Veronica Webb?
No.
Veronica Webb was a 90s supermodel. And that's when I saw the
Oh.
picture, when I saw your picture, I said, that looks like Veronica Webb.
Oh, thank you.
Go back and look in the 90s. She was around just behind when
I thought he was
Naomi
Billy D.
Campbell.
Williams.
Huh?
I told everybody he was Billy D. Williams.
But look at Veronica Webb and see if you don't think you have some faith that you don't look like her a bit.
Hey, did y'all see that message I put up early with Rolly?
Yeah, about Devin and Bill.
Yeah, what y'all think?
We can get into that. Yeah, we can get into that.
What they
Oh,
got
I know
going
who Veronica
on?
Webb is. I remember.
That is.
I kind
Oh,
of
they
can see.
said. Bill
A
said
little
that
bit.
it's gonna happen. He responded to Rolly.
Okay.
That's crazy. I thought
I
Rolly
mean,
wasn't shit.
the fight in May, when they gonna announce it?
I don't know.
Hey, 2 Cent. I'm about to put something in the chat, and I don't really follow this creator, but I saw this, and in light of the conversation we having about Tank, I'm wondering if this is related because this is odd. So, just let me know what you think about that. I decided on yeah. Anyway, I think it has to do with the WA belt, so that was interesting. But yeah, anyway, this whole thing.
Oh yeah, they about to give Tank his belt back.
It's like, what? I mean, I don't know, but like that's weird, right? Like,
And I feel like
They said they're
that's
gonna
why
give him
you
back his
should.
belt.
Yeah, that's
no,
why they should have
it's
just.
just that. So remember, the WA ordered Schofield
Schofield
and
and Lamont.
no, the other kid,
Lucas.
Lucas Body, yeah.
Lucas Body, and I guess he's upset saying after belts because now he's saying he's not fighting Lucas Body for the belt, and he has to have some other fight that's a tune-up, and then his dad like, no, it's not a tune-up, it's a good fight, and they go back and forth a little bit. But I'm like, why aren't you fighting for the belt anymore? Because so that's making me think what's going on behind the scenes. That's all.
But yeah, that's for the WBA.
Tank charges been dropped. He about to come back, and they don't give a fuck about Floyd Schofield or
Wait,
Lucas Bondi having that belt over
But
Tank.
see, that's why I'm saying the
Hold on, so
WBA should
Floyd
have just
Schofield,
let that shit play out before they went around to try to strip a nigga, bro. Like
so
I think
Floyd
they
Schofield,
moved too prematurely.
I think
so
so too.
Floyd Schofield not fighting Lucas Body for the belt.
Well, I don't know. It's what he's saying in the video. He's saying that he's no longer. That's why I'm like, oh, unless that's like AI and I'm tripping.
And of course, we found. I hate to say, I never wanted to get to this point, but if I'm being honest, it was like, man, I don't even care about being a world champion at this point. I've been working, ever since that JoJo Diaz incident. After my hand healed up, I've been in camp ever since. And of course, we found out that Tank got stripped or was made champion recess like early January. So since early January, early December, I've been working, thinking, my next fight, Lucas Body, world title, possibly an interim, but that they told us a world title because he wasn't the champion anymore. Just for them to tell us that we're gonna be fighting, practically a tune-up for my next fight. Like, so you mean to tell me I've been working this hard?
He's not a tune-up.
Well, I'm not saying
the nigga got 30 now, got you 34, 30. The guy who
no, you can't tell him. You cannot tell him.
I can't make the official announcement, but he's not a tune-up.
No, for me, he's a tune-up. I'm not gonna lie.
For you, that's how
I've been in camp so long. He's a tune-up for me.
But
I mean, don't let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a process.
I hate to say, I never wanted to get to this point, but if I'm being honest, it was like, man, I don't even care about being a world champion at this point. I've been working, ever since that JoJo Diaz incident. After my hand healed up, I've been in camp ever since. And of course, we found out that Tank got stripped or was made champion recess like early January. So since
Yeah.
early January, early December, I've been working, thinking, my next fight, Lucas Body, world title, possibly an interim, but that they told us a world title because he wasn't the champion anymore. Just for them to tell us that we're gonna be fighting, practically a tune-up for my next fight. Like, so you mean to tell me I've been working this hard?
He's not a tune-up.
Well, I'm not saying
The
he's
nigga
not
got
a tune-up.
30 now, got you 34, 30. The guy who
No,
holds
you can't tell him. You cannot tell
Yeah,
him.
I can't make the official announcement, but he's not a tune-up.
No, for me, he's a tune-up. I'm not gonna
I know
lie.
for
I've
you,
been
that's how
I've been
it
in
is.
camp so long. He's a tune-up for me.
But
I mean, don't let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a process.
I hate the salad.
So
Hey,
my thing is,
2 Cent.
what's going on?
Did Tank get stripped because of these charges?
If he get his ass knocked out.
He
Mr.
was
Greg,
he
yes.
was really made.
Okay, I can
reset.
see why they want to hurry up and give him back that belt.
Yep.
Champion in recess, and now
It,
suddenly
it makes sense to me. I never thought like them stripping him was like they didn't do it for like moral reasons. This was like political. Like
I
this
think
is a
that's.
case
I
involving a
think it
young
was
lady
too
that they
premature
thought was
though.
gonna become. I don't think so, because if you look at like Jamel Charlo, right? Like people's complaining about the WBC not stripping him. But if you look at the landscape of 160, ain't nobody really there like that. So when he had that incident where he crashed his Ferrari truck, I think, and then he ran from the police and got arrested and he was drunk and stuff like that, then they decided to strip him. I feel like the situation got too out of hand where they was forced to do something just to like
But-
alleviate the public. That's what I feel like with Tank. Like,
But see, this the thing though, Big Supreme, because if say for instance, if y'all gonna give this is why I said that, because if y'all gonna get a nigga the belt back, then y'all should have just wait for the whole situation to play out and then strip him.
They're not
because
going
if
yeah,
he
you're
gets
right, but then you got to think about the backlash from the public.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like Tank has, whether he's guilty or not, like Tank has a history of these run-ins with females. Like we've seen the situation at
Right.
the gym, this situation when he got arrested at his mansion. So like, it's not a good look to support Tank when something like this was coming. And we thought, well, not us, but like people thought that, all right, Tank fought another girl, beat up at the club. Then the police came out and it's on CNN, TMZ, like the WBA just made a political move. They're like, look, we're going to put him as champion in recess, but when it blows off, we're going to get a nigga back his belt. Because these other niggas ain't selling out. They're not paying sanction fees like Tank. So I think they made the right decision. But an argument could be made that they probably did it prematurely. But I'm just saying, like, his history, I think they had to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
That's how it happens now. You get accused, and if you're a public person and you're working for some large company, like if you was the CEO of Apple or something like that, and you got hit with that charge, you stepping down until you get that straight. That's how it has to be, because you're going to get accused of rewarding this man after he done this harm to a female, or if it's children, forget it. Your job is over with. So that's just way the rules. That's the way it works now. You can get hurt before they find out whether it's true.
And don't forget, right? Not to cut you off, Drew, right?
Yeah,
So whether we like Jake Paul or not, Jake Paul is a very big person in social media, right? Remember, he came out and said he's seen a videotape. So that kind of muddied the waters too. So they probably thinking there's actual tape out there of Tank hitting a woman. It wouldn't look good on the WBA to like still back Tank. But now that we know that this case is bullshit, the WBA is like, all right, we're gonna give him back his belt.
And Jake Paul caught a charge himself.
What's weird is that when I think you read a part 2 Cent, and I could be tripping. When you was reading through his counterclaim, didn't he mention that part of his damages was he said that she knew that he had, and again, nothing is official yet, so we don't know if the videotape can come out. Well, she's absolutely right. I don't know, but at the end of the day, from what we got right now, isn't there a part where he said that she knew he had this fight coming up, and that that information would get out to, he said, sanctioning bodies and cause him to lose a belt? Didn't he mention losing the belt? In that lawsuit, I could have sworn he did.
He did.
I think. Yeah, I heard that too. I
think he mentioned that in the lawsuit specifically. So he's saying like, hey, these are the damages. Oh yeah, and he's asking for her to pay his legal fees on top of the $20 million in damages and whatever subsequent fees. So, and he's saying that's part of it. It's because like, hey, I know now you get the sanction bodies. Netflix ain't messing with me. All this because I got to fight this case.
Right.
So maybe I don't know. This is a
still
mess.
there?
This is a mess. I never expected it to go this low. I thought that tape was gonna drop. It's gonna be an open and shut case, and we'd be done. I don't understand why this is being dragged out so long.
They stuck, Juke. They stuck. That's
Yeah,
what
they stuck.
Is 2 Cents still there?
I think I just heard it. Yeah, she there.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she went out. But yeah, they stuck, Juke. They played a game so far. That's what it looks like. They played this game and it went in another direction. They thought they were gonna get a quick lick because that's the world we living in.
Yeah, I'm starting to see what you and Kia are saying. Like it's still anything can happen from this point, but it is looking like.
But my thing is this though, I wonder if the lawyer pressed her to go and do that.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think it was just her doing. I don't think she just want. I don't even think she wanted to
Absolutely.
do
If
it.
you have text messages saying, wait till you get home. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
anything that can be led to do any of that, like that can be read to a judge or a jury. And then this situation happened where we know that both of them were in this club. We just don't know what actually happened between the two people. And then you have the accusations, because he's never been charged with these things. We have the accusations of the bad boy Tank. You feel me? So who isn't? This a lick. This a walking lick.
He had the deep pockets because, like what we said earlier,
yeah.
If you go to your boss while you at work to tell you you've just been assaulted, and your boss don't take ordinary action or protective action to protect you from you're in his place of business. So the police should have been called, and if Tank was still there, he should have been going out of that club in handcuffs.
Yeah,
that seems to have happened because your boss is supposed to take certain kinds of actions to make you be in a safe work environment.
Yeah.
So,
I've been saying that since the jump. Like she just sued him. Like if I said if this happened the way she says, they absolutely are liable. Because imagine you at work and somebody just gets to sling you all and beat you up all throughout the building.
Right.
And you tell me a place like that has no security. And then didn't y'all say she finished her shift? What boss let you finish your shift after you've been beaten up?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like they would be liable too. I would think,
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, Jude. They should be liable too, but then you have to, when we just can wonder and speculate, the thing is, were they a part of this?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was getting at.
He lied about what he seen on that video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if the lawyer had a relationship with the police to make them want to go out and do that, because why would you do that if you don't have a concrete like that? That's crazy to me. You did a whole press conference when you could have just gone. You already just could have put it out to the public that, hey, we looking for Tank or whatever, but y'all did a whole fucking press conference behind that shit, bro, and said he was a fugitive. Mind you, if he was a fugitive, his lawyer was already in contact with the prosecutor behind the scenes, which he already said he didn't even know that Tank was going to be arrested because he knew that they couldn't go no further with that with the case.
Well, they better have a hidden video that's gonna blow this case apart, because just like the video that was of Diddy that he thought he had bought, only to find out the security had made a copy of the video, and 10 years later, you see where he is. They better have something like that if they're going after Tank in this manner.
Yeah, like I said, I think at this point it's time to roll. What Marty said, it's time to roll the tape, because this is mess. And like you're saying, and I'm not saying that there is no tape, but I don't understand why that hasn't been presented yet. And according to this claim, from what I'm reading, it looks like this is the second time he's saying, okay, we want a full trial to display all this information. I would think if you have a videotape, you absolutely want that. You absolutely want that. But I also think what happens is that sometimes, okay, if you're a person, who has a certain amount of success and you've been already accused of something a whole bunch of times, it is possible that, like, okay, if I say, hey, I'm going to go to the police with this information, and I know you have this big event looming that can get you a lot of money, that I'm starting to see what he's saying. Like, maybe they did not, even if he did do it, right? Like, whatever. They I am starting to think they did not foresee this going this far. They probably thought he was going to pay it. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
lady who went after Jay-Z. And I found out that lady had like some, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that she wasn't even like, she had some disabilities or something. So maybe the lawyers, kind of finessed her too. But, they probably feel like when it comes to these big names, they can't, the damage of prolonged media, retention of this being reported all the time is more damaging than going to trial. It's more damaging than just paying it out. And I think that's probably what they thought because he already been accused of this multiple times. This is like big money. And they probably felt like he was just gonna just cough up the money. And so, because it's looking like that a little bit. It is starting to look like that.
And then what
Because
even
if you
killed
look
her
at
case was the fact that she was fucking with the nigga the night of the incident.
And can I also say this, y'all? I find it very ironic that after Jake Paul and Tank did their face to face and they were talking back and forth, and Jake Paul brought up the fact that he hits women. And then next thing you know, this case arise. I'm just connecting dots and I'm just like, man, because now with that lawsuit, with their countersuing, it's like now Jake Paul is trying to get his money back to recoup.
Right.
And I just find that very interesting that
that's why I
and
mentioned
then
Jake
and then
Paul.
the first person to jump off the porch and say, "Oh, I saw the video." So you saw it before TMZ, before anybody else, really,
That's
besides the allegedly the police department and all these other people. You saw it. You have that type of clout in which you can see these type of I don't know, man. Something ain't
I
right.
would
I
have went
mean,
after
Jake
Drake
Paul
ass
does
for it.
It's some weird
at
stuff.
least
This is weird. This is the
That's
weirdest.
why I said I'll go after Jake Paul ass too for
Yeah, he be
defamation.
sitting in the witness box too.
at least before the Mike Tyson, like I guess poor numbers. Like Jake Paul does the Joshua fight. Jake Paul does have a lot of clout and a lot of pull. I'm not saying he's seen the video or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone reached out to him like, yo, look, we got something on Tank or something like that. You know what I mean? So I
But
feel
this
like
go ahead,
go
my
ahead,
bad.
go ahead, Pay.
No, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you finish. My bad.
No, all I was gonna say was like it just seemed like a smear campaign, and they probably thought like Tank was gonna capitulate and give up some bread, but Tank not going for it. I mean, he already lost the Roach fight, the rematch. That was big money. Then he lost the Jake Paul fight. That's big money. So I feel like I'm just gonna stand on my square. I'm not gonna give up no money. Because one thing I do know by looking at these celebrities, right? Like once you pay one person, it opens the floodgates now. Now everybody come with accusation. This person touched this person in 1985. This person did this person did that. So like Tank did the smart thing about standing his ground, not coughing up no money, and not being extorted. I feel like it's soft extortion. They trying to lean on him. And Tank not going for it. I feel like he got some good advisors in his corner. And they probably like, look, this girl has a history of doing this. They lying. We're not gonna pay up no bread. So I feel like Tank did the right thing.
All right, y'all. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta be
Yeah,
up.
I hear it, man. Like you ain't got no coffee, 2 cents.
No, man. I need to go. I'm
That shit
giving up
kicking
the
your ass. I
coffee
can
for a
hear it.
little while. All right. Shout out, Mr. Greg. Thank you for coming up on the panel. Isaiah, what you doing? Jupe, Big Supreme. Who else was up here? Key with the T. Shout out all of y'all for joining me on the panel. I am sleepy as hell. This was an interesting live 2 cents after dark paperwork party for Gervonta Tank Davis. And bottom line is, it seemed like she lied, y'all. It seemed like Tank went from being accused to victim. It's amazing the lengths of people will go through to try to get money. They really just messed up a big opportunity for Gervonta Tank Davis. Cost him a ton of money, lawyer fees, and apparently now he's gonna get sued by Jake Paul for the money he was advanced, and he might have to start suing more people, which is gonna be more lawyer fees. It's just one big ball of a mess. It's looking like Gervonta Tank Davis will be getting his title back. We soon shall see. But if that is the case, then he will be eventually getting in the ring. Listen, I'll be live again Friday, ladies' night. Shout out to Jupe and Key. Come back and join me then. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, timing you out, cussing you out, kicking you off the panel, timing you out the chat, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.